Alright, with the exception of any bullshit, we should be up and running. What is good, chat? What's happening? Everyone that's in early, how you doing, Flash? Nice to see you in as well, Joe. Yeah, okay, well, already got a few talking points in chat already, which is always nice. But yes, James A is starting. We'll run you through the lineups relatively quickly. I just want to make sure everything's good and that you can hear me okay, and that it doesn't look laggy or anything. Is everything good in that regard? Because if it is, we should be fine and ready to basically just vibe from this point onwards. But it's an important game today. We're away to Livingston, match day 6. It's a very important match for us. We need to basically get a result and a good one at that, and just kind of keep our, standing at the top of the table fairly respectable. But yeah, I mean, it should be doable. It should realistically be okay. I'm just pulling everything else up, and then we can get into the lineups and things. And there we go. Turn Spotify down just a tad, and there we go. Right, everything's up. How you doing, Skull? Nice to see you, Chief. And likewise with you as well, Chateau. But we've got ourselves a bit of an interesting line out today, of course. This is an interesting one for Livingston as well, by the way, because they've started with 4 at the back. I honestly wasn't expecting them to do so, but they have. Now, you might see some things that you might be interested about, specifically Forrest starting despite Palmer and Yang being fit. But they've decided to go with Forrest for whatever reason. I was speaking about Flash with us in the in our Discord not too long before the game kicked off. I don't think that front three should start today. I don't think they realistically should be starting today. My front three, personally, in my opinion, should have been Palmer, O, Yang. That should have been the front three, because the last 3 didn't do shit against Feyenoord, let's be honest with ourselves, and I would have liked to have seen the other ones that need fitness minutes get fitness minutes, but we don't. But we'll run you through Livingston's lineup first, just so that it's obviously ready there. We've got George, Penrice, Obalai, DeLucas, Brandon, Shinnie, Holt, Singari, Nubel, I think it is Nubel actually, my brain had that moment, Bruce Anderson, and obviously Pittman as well. Our lineup is Hart, Lagerbielk, who was just absolutely god-awful in our last game, and I fucking swear to God, if he even attempts to have a second match like that, just throw him back to Sweden immediately. But we've got Johnston, Scales, and obviously Taylor starting as well. He's basically going to be forced to start every game for now to the end of the fucking, basically until the end of December, until we get, January in, and we can actually bring in options. But it's the same midfield 3 that kicked off against Feyenoord with Tatty, McGregor and O'Reilly. Tatty starting on the left, O'Reilly starting on the right. Both of them will push up and down based on what we need them to do. And obviously our front 3 of Furuhashi, Maeda, and like I said, the weird decision of Forrest. Now, there are options that we can take off the bench. Obviously, like I said, we've got Yang on the bench, we've got Palmer on the bench, and we've even got O on the bench, which makes me confused. But also Paulo Bernardo, you'd think we'd want to give the boy minutes at some point, but for some reason we're not doing that right now. But we do have options that we can go to as well, obviously, with Awata and Ralston, should we need them. But I kind of start to feel for Awata because the boy's just wasting away. There's obviously options that Livingston can rely on should they need them. The only players that I would really say that's a threat in there is Guthrie and Hamilton. Jack Hamilton's a pretty good wee player on his day, and obviously he's no the manager. Martindale against Rodgers. It's a very interesting one. Here's a table before we start. Livingston realistically would ideally want a point of any kind today. I'd say it's very similar to the St Johnstone situation, where if they don't start off as intended, it's going to be difficult for them, so they'll probably want to have an opening 10-15 minutes of really good, progress and work from there. And obviously, for me, I just want to see some consistency, because again, that Feyenoord game didn't cover us in glory. We had good moments, we certainly could have done a lot more with the chances that we created, but when it came down to it, we just never really got across the line. But yeah, those are your lineups and stuff like that. Obviously, people start to drift in about 5 or I'd say about 2-3 minutes before kick-off happens. But like I said, there's going to be a couple of interesting things to see. I wouldn't have gone with the front 3 that we've gone with, just out of the simple respect of giving the ones that deserve minutes and minutes. And I think Yang deserves some minutes. I think Palmer deserves some minutes. And I mean, I know Palmer started the last match and it wasn't particularly great until he came off, but that gives him all the more reason to start him in games like this. See if there's like a consistency to him starting poorly, or if it's just a case of, do we play poor? And that's it. Full stop, bottom line. But Martindale's talking shit on the TV right now, which is always nice. You were saying it, the lad. But yeah, early kick-offs are always unfun for me. I don't like getting up early, let alone to do anything less. How you doing, guys? Nice to see you, man. Or at least 2 or 3 goals for Celtic today. Aye, understandably. Good luck to Celtic, I appreciate that, guys. But hey, I mean, there's definitely options on. I'm not really sure if there's any other games that kick off alongside of us. I'm pretty sure we're the early one of the day, and then all the rest are at like 3 onwards. Yeah, aye. If I pull up this one again, I will look for yourselves. That's the kind of line out for today. Obviously, Rangers play Motherwell later on, which is a minor top of the table type of clash. You know, Motherwell are still definitely in there, and I mean, if you look at the oh, there we go. I was wondering when they would change it. That makes way more sense for Livingston. So it's like a 4-3-2-1. Got it. That makes way more sense, because I was going to say Noble and St Gary are not wingers, but they've kind of pushed them in tighter. Anderson kind of pushes up forward. We've kept the flat 4-3-3, same as usual for us. We love to see it. And of course, obviously, you look at the table. Motherwell do have the harder game. Well, I was going to say Motherwell technically do have the harder game, but Rangers have the harder game out of the two of us today. But ideally, Livingston, they can cause an upset or two. You know, how you doing, Jock? Nice to see you, man. You're thinking 3 or 4-0 for Celtic. You think it's going to be a sweep? You want to know what's sad about it? It's not called the Tony Macaroni anymore. It's called Almondvale. Aye, it's the dumbest shit ever, man. See, when I found that out, it was like finding out that your like Daz renamed himself like Jeff or some shit. You're like, what? We're trying it again. That will always be referred to as the Tony Macaroni. I don't give a shizzle. But yeah, for those that are just coming in, first of all, hi, hello, how you doing? Second of all, here's some lineup action for you. That's our starting 11. I'll leave that up just so you can have a little look at it before we kick off. We're underway in about 2-3 minutes anyway, or at least that's when, you know, kick-off is supposed to happen, but we know how these usually go. It kicks off about 2-3 minutes after it, but boop, boop. There we go. You're thinking 4-0, Tom? That's definitely not a bad kind of thing to go. However, here's my counterpoint, right? Livingston will score. I think Livingston score. So, based on the way that Livingston's set up, right, they play to frustrate. So this is either going to be a 1-1 draw, because of course it is, or we're going to absolutely decimate them 3-4-5-0. It's pretty much the same as the Feyenoord game. It's all about how the start comes. If we can stifle their start, push us forward, and then we're not really worried about anything else, then fine, life is dandy, we're all good, we don't have to give a shit, and we can just simply keep the ball simple. Don't do anything over the fucking, just overly unnecessary, and stifle the game out, keep it clean. Don't let Livingston have chances, and especially with how weird our defence can be, I would like to see just a little bit more from the midfield up, because yes, Feyenoord outplayed the fuck out of us in the last match, but my god, did we deserve at least a goal or two. I would like to see the consistency in the finishing today, because again, I was talking about it with Flash in our chat earlier on. The way that I look at it is that it would have made sense to have started Palmer, Yang and O for this game. Firstly for minutes, but secondly for physicality, because again, if you look at Livingston's back line, they're not exactly filled with unstrong players. You know, DeLucas, I'm not sure if any of you know who he is. He's a tall boy, but it's Obalai that was really good for Livingston against us the last time. And obviously, the way that they set up, it's to force us down the wings. You can imagine, look at the line out. We're going to be forced down the wings and then forced to play it in behind. Exactly what I was fearing. And that front three is not exactly ideal for that style of play, especially when it's going to be all about physicality and hold up. But we won't be too far away from kick-off now. Everyone's walking out and shaking hands and all that good jazz, so we should be ready soon. Yeah, the Livingston kit bops, by the way. It's the same way Ross County's away kit, a little tartan stripe down the side. It looks very, very nice. There's all to play for though, boys, and that's the thing. Livingston will want to at least try and have a good home showing. They might not want anything particularly great to come out the gate, but they'll certainly want to have pressure as much as they conceivably can. My fingers are crossed for this though, because if we don't perform well, fair enough, it's whatever, but if we do, fabulous, you know, happy days. I just want to see some fucking consistency and some decent attacking football. I don't want to see any stupid red cards. I don't want to see any dumb penalty calls that could go against us. I just want to see simple, clean football. We get that, I'm happy. Thank you to whoever just brought us up to 790. Today's goal, I'm going to be a little bit pushy and say 800, although, again, it's not expected. Although, if we do hit it, big plug, thank you. But yeah, there's all the lineups being read out. Again, good bench options that we can rely on. That's the big difference between the two sides, I would say, at least from what I can see early on. Yeah, I'm talking about it, but we'll give this a little refresh because we should be underway now. Or realistically, we should have kicked off by now. Unless there's a minute's silence or something. How's your day been this morning anyway, guys? If Celtic lose today, guys, it makes things a little bit more complicated, and at least, everything that I've said pre-match basically would have rung true. Just, it's a simple case, you need to know your players and you need to have the right starting 11 to take on the other opponent's starting 11. 90 minutes of Celtic playing well and winning is all we need. Basically, man, if we can get that, I'm happy, I'm pleased. John Beaton's a referee today, which is the only slight fear of God put into me so far, but when Google decides that it wants to tell you that we've kicked off, we have in fact kicked off, and immediately Livingston are going to try and roll the ball out and see if they can get options up towards that flank, and here we go. Things can potentially move quite quickly for them as they look for options to head it on. Nubel's going to be forced into it early. And there we go, there's an immediate break for Celtic on the move around. It's bounced up, Kyogo will chase. Can these ads actually fuck off and die? Good move, there we go. Livingston are going to just pop it out the side early on and cause it just a nice little relaxing start for the game. Stephen McLean is in charge of VAR. Yeah, well, I mean, we're never really going to get a good VAR referee. All of them are quite, as you say, not good at their jobs, but we move. It's played out wide towards the right hand side immediately, and here's Forrest's first touch of the ball. His first touch is nearly enough to take it away from him and steal it away, but fortunately for us we kind of survive it. Good move from Maeda, gets it in towards Rio, could keep it interesting, although Livingston steal it back and look for that quick break. Pittman looking for break space. There's Singal, he's going to try and get it up towards Newell. Keeps the roll ball, just tries to keep it going and doesn't quite get it under control. That fucking fly, I'm going to hunt that thing down if it flies in front of me one more time. He's going to rage quit. I can understand why it would be upsetting, but again, Livingston, they're our bogey team for whatever reason, and that's an awkward ball across, although Johnston should be out to cover that ahead of Newell. He's going to bounce around a little bit awkwardly and try and find options in behind here. Let's see where this one decides to go. Good switch from Lagerbielke, trying to get options down that left side. Here's Taylor. Rolled out for Dyson. And it's just another loose pass. I think it's been pulled back for either an offside or a foul. One of the two. But sorry if I don't have as much energy this morning, boys. A pretty busy week if you couldn't already tell. This is my third stream this week. I think this is the most I've done in 1 week. There's a really good hit for Atati, although it's going to seize all the way over the bar, but immediately a lot better than what he was doing in the Feyenoord game. He's actually willing to try and look for options this time. It doesn't quite work out for him, admittedly, but keeps it under control, and you can't really fault him for having a pop. It was certainly not the best, though. I don't disrespect Rodgers' tactics. He's setting us up in a way that makes sense. How you doing, Mark? Man, nice to see you, Chief. It's always good that we get the usual suspects coming back and saying hello. The match is on TV, Connor, mate. It's on Celtic TV, which is where I'm watching it, but it's also on SPFL. Well, not SPFL, what am I saying? Sky Sports. It's the main event channel, if you're curious, Chief. There's a good ball out towards Maeda here. Could be a chance on. He's been wiped out there, although the referee's just going to be like, nah bro, play on. It's going to roll out, should be a throw for us, and we do get that one. Okay, fair enough, so it's not all doom and gloom. Good exchange out, quickly looking for options here. Here's Taylor. Rolled in behind for Rio, keeps it in play, although basically just leaves it for DeLucas to just take a touch and get it away. It's played out to Oberlai, who says no thank you, gets it as far as Callum McGregor. Back under control by Gustav. He's going to go for that long searching ball. Here's Dyson, can't keep it under control, but it will bounce back towards him. One Japanese man to another. There's a good exchange if Maeda can get in behind, and almost does so. How you doing, Rory? Nice to see you, man. It was a good initial break down that left hand side. Maeda and Hatate seem to be doing a lot of the early click ups, trying to find options. Didn't quite work out there, but promising, definitely promising. Rogers kind of gives the thumbs up and the little kind of applaud of approval. There's a long punt for their goalkeeper though. Let's see where this one decides to end up. Bounces a little bit awkwardly, should be a Livingston throw in. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. It is. If Celtic drop points today, it's going to make the league interesting in this season between Rangers and Celtic. It depends if Rangers get a result against Motherwell. It's all about consistency for both teams. There's a good ball forward for us, looking for options. Here's Rio, good exchange out wide towards Taylor. Could be a run up that left hand side if he wants to take it a bit earlier. Instead he opts to just kind of roll it into... No, he does go up there, so you just wasted Maeda's run. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Taylor. You've done that twice in 5 minutes already. Rolled across towards the back. Come on, keep it moving, man. Skills, good pass towards Lagerbielke. It bounces, and Livingston have the ball. See Gustav, he can fuck off and drown in a ditch for all I care, man. The guy is just not good. There's a good run for Forrest. Takes a little bounce, man. Doesn't quite go. Score predictions. Kind of like I said, man. It's either going to be one of those awkward 1-1 draws. It's going to be an easy, comfortable 3-0 win. We've already made 1 or 2 defensive errors early on here, although there's a good ball out towards that side. There's a good bounce shot. Kyogo hits it straight at the goalkeeper for the fucking 4th game running, and it's an offside call to make it even better. That's not... Even if it is offside, Kyogo, man, can you fucking place it into a corner? It's a brilliant touch that pops up off his arm as well. He did everything right except the thing that you're paid to actually do, my guy. Can you just stick it in the net next time? Offside or not, basic stuff. Doesn't work out all right. Motherwell can play, yeah. Exactly that. How you doing, Sandwich, man? Like, I swear to God, man, if I've gotten up early to essentially watch the same shit that I've seen against St Johnstone, I'm literally just going to end the stream and go to sleep halfway through it. It's not that I'm rough or anything, I'm just tired. There's a good run out towards the left. Here's Maeda, come on. Do something with it, man. Does eventually do something with it, just takes him about 30 seconds to decide to pass it straight back. And here's a run down that left hand side. Good work for Taylor and Hatate, get some space there. Good pass over from Rio, good takedown, and it's just about dealt with. McGregor will keep the ball rolling. Good 1-2 football there, and this is what Livingston are kind of half hoping that we do, just play it out in the wings and abuse the space. Doesn't quite find it out for us though. Taylor's got it again, plays it in behind. Better touch from Rio this time, although he just shoots it straight at the goalkeeper. He doesn't even... It kind of looked like he was trying to set it up for like a cross the box kind of cross, but doesn't quite work out for us. I bet you were pretty good against Batiste, guys. That's the way to look at it, man. There's a ball headed up. Nibbles going to win it. See if he can put some more for it. Oh. That's a really good header from Sangare, actually, and there could be a run down that right hand side if they can get there first, which they do just about. Got to say, I have not seen too much of Forrest in the last, in fact, really since his first touch. There's a long ball over the top, and Livingston are on the chase, although the ball kind of skiffs in our favour, and we'll be able to just take control of it. I'm going to take my headphones out because my mobility of movement is absolutely fucking limited. Even if I can't hear anything, I don't mind. I would just like to be able to move my body. Holy Christ, there we go. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Rogers didn't field the right team. I've talked about it at the start of the stream, Malkin guys, but like, in my opinion, it should have been O that started this game. I mean, Livingston are a very physical side, so you want physical players. For me, it should have been Palmer, O, and Yang out on the right. But I mean, Maeda deserves his start. I can see why they've gone with this front three. It just doesn't make sense to me though. It's just basically burning out Kyogo in a position that he's not really meant to be okay in. Especially if we're trying to play into the box like we've done so much in the early stages of this game. There's another ball into the box and the keeper's kind of got caught up with his defender Obali there and had to kind of punch it over his head. It's eventually cleared away. Just about. There's a quick ball into the box, doesn't find anyone, so DeLucas is just going to chest it back towards his goalkeeper and buy some time. Yeah, I mean, they generally did play well in the Betis game. But the first half really could have been different. Genuinely could have been different. Oh, there's a good header on. Bruce Anderson's in behind for Livingston. Good save for Hart. It's still awkward. Oh, and it's rolled past Hart and cleared off the line. Fuck's sake, this is exactly what I'm talking about, man. One fucking half chance and our defenders collapse on themselves. Fucking joke, and I think it's Lagerbielke that gets past. He literally cannot stand he can't stand his man up. He genuinely can't stand his man up for shit. You're taught as a defender, stand sideways so if a player knocks it past you, you can turn quicker. Lagerbielke's standing face up towards him like it's a goddamn mugshot. Just hold your ground, you dumb fucker. That's what I'm talking. 10 minutes of pure dominance and then just one break for Livingston and it's nearly a wonder goal. Scales does so bad to come out and try and close that down after. Fuck it, that is... There was about 5 or 6 things wrong with that play and it all comes for the defence again, man. Get it out your arseholes and play some ball, boys. I swear if I woke up for this shit, man, if I woke up to just see... Just play some on the ground stuff. None of this over the top patter. Just play it on the ground like you're taught to. There's a good rollout for Maeda. Here's Taylor, tries to get it into space. Hatate does very well to leave it, but O'Reilly takes about 10 minutes to react. Gets there eventually. Kyogo, snapshot across it, so good save for the goalkeeper. Kind of parried it out ahead of Maeda and nearly got it in behind. And well, we got a Livingston fan in here. Nice to see you, Jim. Good move for Livingston to try and get it forward. But they're not going anywhere with that one. They're just going to end up being forced backs. And Gary's kind of rolled it into space, trying to get some options. There's DeLucas rolling it out towards the right hand side for them to try. There's a long ball looking for Bruce Anderson, and it's another awkward one. Hart there just about gets there this time, and we'll be able to get ourselves under control. Yeah, it's all about damage limitation at this point. Just get ourselves in it. Yeah, Trush summarised it basically better than most people could. Just get your fingers out your hole and start scoring some goals. It's not hard, man. But Livingston throw another ball into the box. It's headed up and on by them, but it's one of those kind of high headers that was never really going to trouble the goalkeeper. And as much as I dislike Joe Hart, he's not that bad. Johnston's immediately looking to roll it out though from Canadian to Dane. There's a good run forward. There could be spaces opening up. There is spaces opening up. In behind, Kyogo's been taken down. Referee's blowing for a penalty kick and we've got something. They'll probably VAR check it, because of course they will, it's us. But there is a valid chance that we've got ourselves a penalty. Let's have a better look at this. It's Rio, sorry, actually, that gets in behind, but it's clear as day by the looks of it. Doesn't get the ball, clips the man's... It's a penalty. It has to be a penalty for us. This guy, look, DeLucas is yellow carded. We've got a penalty kick, boys. It's going to be Rio to take it. Come on. Just do us a solid, put it in, no faff, no fuss. Rio steps up. Oh, that That could have been bad for us. He hits it straight at the goalkeeper and the goalkeeper saves it under. Oh, that, if you're a Livi fan, you are going to be fucking... Think about Hearts' spill in the last match against Feyenoord. Their goalkeeper's just done the exact same thing, basically. Just goes underneath him and he can't set himself. It just bounces off him and in. Thank fuck. Rio gets himself onto the score sheet with a penalty kick. Well, 1-0 to the good, gentlemen. 1-0 to the good. Yeah, I mean, it's a clear as day penalty. You can't argue with that in the slightest. Wasn't a red card offence. I don't know why they were... Yeah, I don't know why they would even saying that was a possible red card. It wasn't. It's a yellow card. Clear as day, but... We have a lead. We have something to look forward to. We now have a defensive strategy should we want to take it. 3 points is exactly it, man. You want to capitalise on it. Still could be awkward for us as it's played out for the back here. Doesn't quite set himself, and that could be a steal for us. And forward we move this time. Quick switch from Taylor, tries to get it in behind for Maeda. He's got past one. There could be an option for two here. Maeda squares it, it's off the side net, and I think it's going to go out wide for a corner kick. Yeah, it was not a good penalty at all. Flash, you're fucking spot on, my guy. It was not ideal, but it did get underneath the goalkeeper. It was hit with enough power to put him off. Taylor's got it on the left hand side though. He skips past one and could tee up for a shot. Go on, Greggy. Instead, he can't control his own touch. Plays it out to Liam Scales, who, in fairness, tries to play a very clever ball in behind. Taylor's basically got it in right back position now. Rio, good exchange. This is more like it first. We're moving it with pace and purpose. Good switch out wide. McGregor leaves it so Rio can get another touch and go. Into space. Good hold up play between him and... Oh, Riley gets the shot away. It's going to deflect, I think, off of Bruce. There's a chase on between Anderson and Scales. Scales will get there first and Hart will just be able to clear it about. You think all Scottish teams are what in Europe, Giz? What, lacking clinicalness? Absolutely. No, it's Baldy. Oh yeah, it's very unusual for us to score early, but if we can keep this up, get a second, I can basically put my feet up and enjoy the rest of this game without too much fuss. But they're getting really stretched on that left hand side. Maeda forces another shot towards the goalkeeper, but again, nowhere near enough power on it to cause a problem. That's a really good hold up touch from Nubel. Played out wide, and there could be a run down that left hand side should they opt to take it. Let's see where it goes. Leaves it dead for Johnston to come out and kind of close him down. Singal's managed to just about get it past him, but was never really going to get it anywhere else. It might be a throw in for Livingston. Celtic players don't look too happy about that, to be honest with you. I thought it was a Celtic throw as well, but I know. Quick exchange, let's see where that one goes. Never mind, the cameraman's having a minute. It's just European burnout, but it's the thing, guys. You have a strong enough depth to realistically get a result against Motherwell, but you just need to be at your best. The same way we still need to be aware, even if we're 1-0 up away from home, and quite literally the worst pitch in the Premiership, arguably in history, besides Hamilton Stadium. That shithole, that ZLX place, my god, like, plastic pitches should not be allowed. Full stop, man. It's played out towards the left hand side. Let's see where this one goes. Taylor, Maeda, again, that seems to be where all it's going. I've barely seen for us. What was the fucking point in starting the guy if we're not going to even play the ball to him? It's all coming down the left hand side. Who does like artificial pitches, man? I have had so many like rug burn or carpet burn situations because I used to be a goalkeeper when I trained. And see the amount of fucking times I'd come out to like slide and challenge and I'd get up and my knees would be just shredded to shit with blood. Not really a surprise. Definitely think you could take over Russell Branch, Joe. I mean, if the money's the same as his, get me fucking on that shit pronto. There's a good move that could go anywhere. It's actually really good for like a built there. Kind of pushes his man off the ball, rolls it away from him brilliantly, and gets a good clearance. Best thing we've seen for the guy of the day. But that Nubel's quite clearly the big, quite clearly the threat. He's doing his best to kind of post up anyone that's in that midfield space and trying to kind of cause any minor issues. There's another one being forced onto Lagerbielke, and again forced to do the same thing, just kind of punt it off him. It's going to go out wide. It does not bounce well at all. That's what I'm saying. It's god awful, man. Anyway, while we're in the middle point of the half, my apologies for doing this in advance. If you don't mind, please subscribe. It helps out the channel. You can also like the stream. It would be very, very pog. We're trying to hit 800 by the end of the month. I got there in the end. You can't say I stalled. So any help would do. That's all. Back to the game. There we go. Ball's back in play now. Let's see where this one goes. Johnston's rolling it in to Rio. It's well taken and controlled actually, and there could be a run down that left hand side for Maeda. There he is. Ball's in behind, but again just a bit too much on it, and Kyogo wasn't going to be able to run onto that. A little bit unlucky for him, but at the same time not bad either. The more that time ticks away for the boys at Livi, the more complicated it will get for them. You know, they're not exactly known for scoring goals. That's the big advantage we have in this game. But I'd like to see us pop a couple of more chances towards them. I mean, yeah, we've scored, but it was a penalty. I don't want that being like the be all and end all of this game. We won because we scored a penalty. It would be a bit. Here's McGregor. Nearly gets cut out by Singari, but just about controlled. Here's a good punt forward from Taylor, looking for options. It's well taken down by Forrest, and finally, after 20 minutes, we can see what he can do. Passes it into space, and that's a really open chip play chance for a shot, and then what does Taylor do? Just straight into the first man in yellow that he sees. This is pure football. Rolled across again. Let's see where this one goes. McGregor out to Rio. Rio to Maeda. Maeda with a quick 1-2 exchange. Good hold up play between him and Taylor. Let's see where this one goes. Rio back towards McGregor. This is rinse and repeat. We're doing the exact same three moves. Hatate out towards Forrest. Looks for that in behind pass. Instead has to roll it for O'Reilly. He's been cut out. Forrest goes in for a challenge. There's two really awkward 50-50s back to back, and the referee's going to blow the whistle for the one that we committed in yellow card Forrest for the exact same challenge beating, ya bellend bastard. The exact same fucking challenge 3 seconds previously not given, 3 seconds later is given because it's against us. Fucking pathetic, man. Beaton's a bellend, Beaton's a bellend. You can fuck off, you actual cunt bag, man. How is that? Well, some guys been on. Oh yeah, there's been a lot of hospital stuff happening over the last week, mate. I hope you've been. I hope you're okay though, Colin, man. That's a bit rough. I hope you're okay, man. Genuinely. You see, this is why I'm confused. Yeah, even the commentators are like, that makes no sense. It's the exact, like, yeah, a wee bit of frustration there. Just a tad, just a little bit, just a small portion of piss there, I would say. But it's a bit of a joke though. Rolled out, let's see where this one goes. Back towards their goalkeeper, and let's see if Livingston can actually do something. No, he's going to be playing. Yeah, long punt away with Joe Hart. Joe Hart says no thank you and just throws it straight back out. Johnston's got it. Livingston are just holding their shape. I can't fault them for doing so. It's rolled out towards that left hand side. Let's see, come on boys, do some fucking football. Out towards Maeda. Is there a roll in behind? Not quite. He hopes to leave it. Eventually gets out to Hatate. That's an awkward one, but still have it. It's good work for Taylor. In fairness to him, it's cleared away by Obolite. Back towards McGregor. Doesn't quite go under that. I just got an update count on the live viewers, man. 69 people in chat. Nice. The funny number. Rolled out towards the right hand side. Forrest, come on boy, do something. Oh, he's done something right, okay. Happy now, he's just absolutely got past a man there. He's gone backwards, but he got past a man. Scales gets it out towards Taylor as they run up the ball run. No, he leaves it for Rio. That's a bit of a surprise, but there could be options on. He does a quick 1-2 exchange with him, pulls it back. Where's Craig going? Gets it into space. Good touch. 1-2. Bounces around. Still going. Good save for the goalkeeper off the shot for Maeda. Could have been 2. Oh shit, COVID. Or, well, it could have been something like that, but it could have been like pneumonia or whatever. Well, I hope you're alright, man. Genuinely. God bless. No chance to swing in a corner for here. Or we will once old boy gets seen. He's either had a little knock or he's just out of energy. Aye. Gaz put it nail on head. That's an awkward one. Sorry. There was an awkward chat still. This is the thing about being someone that has to watch like high adrenaline things and someone's talking about something serious in my chat, but I hope you're good, Cole, man. Genuinely. It's good that you went to hospital and got yourself seen, because a lot of people don't do that. There's Rio, good control. Oh, okay, that's good for Livingston, actually. They've got past 1, got past 2. That is really good for them. Livingston could be on the fucking break here. You're kidding me. Bruce Anderson gets into space, but it's a really good tackle. Really good tackle for Matt O'Reilly. I think it was either Matt O'Reilly or Lagerbielke, one of the two. Both of them were barreling like fuck to get back. I think it was Lagerbielke with the challenge, and now Singari is down, which isn't exactly great. Oh, feed the bear. That is a belter of a name. Hope you're doing well, man. Won the hoops and fucking did it. Is that a joint? No. Anyway, back to the game. You've not been on this channel long enough, my boy. What time are you on in the game? Right now it is 25:59. Just gone on to the 26th. I'd imagine I'd be about a minute and a half, roughly around that kind of time back. There's a good exchange out. Come on, keep it moving, keep it fucking simple. No extra cheese, just the mayo. Just the sauce, please. Thank you. There we go. Taylor's moved it up. Good pay and this. That's not the pass I would have taken. We've just put ourselves under a bit of pressure there. Good step inside there though. Good. Really good pass for O'Reilly. There could be something on here and we just go backwards. This is the thing about Brendan Ball. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Feed though. Yeah. I agree with that. No, I don't think I would be that far in front of me. They've pulled it back for a pull. Oh, okay, Obalai's bitching about something. Still all over the place. I mean, it's a lot more physical. I've got to say that, man. Red card feed the bit of shit, really? I imagine I'm about to see that in about 3 seconds. Here's Matt Lucas. I just said Matt Lucas. It's not the cunt for Little Britain. D. Lucas. Rolled out towards the right hand side. Forward it goes. Could be in behind. Here's Hart. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Jonathan, he's done it again. The man cannot literally go 30 fucking minutes without making a mistake. He just runs out and like clots into his man. I think it's Newport that gets through. Hart comes out to like either try and header it or punch it, realises he's not in the box and just barrels into his man. We're now down to 10 men, so Joe Hart has in 2 matches basically subsidised us a chance at 6 clean points, and I swear to fuck if we throw this game because of that useless cunt, I'm literally driving him to England and I'm punting him out. Why the fuck? It's like Lagerbielke in the last match. There is no need for that. Scales is with Noble. He's got him marked. There is no fucking reason, you useless twat. I fucking swear to God, every time I try and justify why Joe Hart should start, it's immediately ruined, because now we're going to have to bring on, and I fucking quote this seriously, Scott Bain. And we're down to 10 men on the worst possible pitch possible. Joe Hart got sent off. Yeah, Hart had no idea, man. Yeah, the referee's not had a... I mean, that is a red card. I'm not going to sit there and deny it. They're trying to check it for offside, but he's on. Lagerbielke plays him on. This is what I'm confused at. Scales is with his man, though. Even if Singari gets past Hart there, Scales is right there. So what the fuck is he doing rushing out? It's literally the exact same situation as Lagerbielke in the last match, where you're just like, lad, there was no fucking need. And he's just ran. We've had 3 yellow... I was going to say 3 yellow cards. I wish. We've had 3 red cards. Yeah, he's onside as well. So, it's, yeah, they're going to have a set-piece chance for about 2 yards out. And, yeah, that basically sums it up brilliantly. Joe Hart, you can quite frankly go away. That's our main man for the season, gentlemen. That's our main man. That's who people actually want in goal. You've put it, first cut, mate, you've put it as spot on as anyone else really could have. It is embarrassing. Simple schoolboy errors. That's 2 games in a row now. And you basically throw it away. Because now we're going to have to either take a midfielder out, which is what I imagine we'd do. No, we've taken Forrest out. So what the fuck was the point in starting Forrest? Rodgers, man, were you having the fattest spliff imaginable before you picked your starting 11? They have they generally have a free kick for like 2 yards out, man. I know, as soon as it's John Beaton, you know there's going to be cards. But fuck me. Way too easy for us to just give Livingston an opportunity to get back into this game, and it's either Anderson or Pittman that looks like he's set him up to aim for it. There's a shot. Oh, it's off the side net and they tried to call it around the wall. It was a good threat. What happened to Seagrist? It just doesn't exist Superiorly anymore. Well, we've sent him to the Mortal Kombat realms, I think. No, guys, I know that you're trying to give me ways out and things like that, but Hart runs out and puts his knees up. I know you're taught as a goalkeeper to put your knees up, but it's only if you're jumping up and claiming a ball. Hart tried to punch him after it as well. We could still win, absolutely. I'm not too hinged by that, but it's just too dumb. Like, really stupid mistakes in back-to-back games. How many red cards did we get under Postecoglou? Because I'm pretty sure we've already broken that in like 2 matches. It's suicide football. The green, the white, the... Aye, that's starting to feel like it. We might as well see next season, man, just have like a wee red card in the middle of our badge. We'd just like to see a wee bit more, man. It's a bit of a shame. Oh, we're on 791. I don't know how long we've been sitting there for, but thank you whoever subscribed. You're a legend. You're making my suffering a bit more bearable. I never thought I'd be angry at 1-0 up, but here I am, actually sort of confused. There's another chance for Livingston. It's been sent forward. It's well dealt with and held up actually by Anderson. Singal's going to get it under control. Let's see where this one goes. It's a good ball over the top, and this is the fear of God being put into me. Here's Newbold. Thankfully he's a fat bastard and can't take a touch. That's good for us. He's been taken down, trying to claim for something. It's out to Singal, skips past 1, skips past 2. Has a shot and it's well over the bar. Get it up, he's Lamau. But way too easy for Livingston to get another chance. Suicide football is the best way, actually the best way to describe it, because we're looking for ways to give them chances. It's like the Feyenoord game wasn't hard enough, so I just get 2 of our fucking players sent off, and that's what we've done this time. It's like, we're 1-0 up already. What if we just mess it up? and they proceed to do that. But we move. It's in behind for Livingston again. There's a ball across the face of the box. It's gathered by Bain. At least we know he can catch. He's got hands. Good for him. Taylor's done well to get past his man and cut that one out. And there's a good exchange pass out towards the left-hand side. The thing about us taking a winger out, in fact, I'm going to check this because I'd rather be sure. No, because we've obviously got Seacrest in net now, don't we, Google? So I'd imagine it's a 3 at the back kind of situation, and they'll drop McGregor in just a slight bit deeper to cover that space. But yeah, Livingston are going to start firing in shots. Yeah, we'll have to just basically defend James, to be honest with you. But that's the thing, guys, football's a weird one, because, I mean, Noble only stuck out his legs to make a play on the ball. Hart had no intention of getting the ball, clearly. It sucks because, honestly, I try my best to joke about it, but like, Hart is just a bomb scare more often than not for us. He has more mistakes than he has good games, and if that's your like legacy at Celtic, that should be a foul for us. Eventually it's given there, huh? But the fact that we've had to fucking sit here and endure it. Here's Rio, gets it in behind. We need to start showing some fucking spine going forward, lads. This was meant to be the easiest game in the calendar this month, and we're making it look way more difficult than it should have been. Here's a good ball across the face of goal. It's going to bounce off of the inside of the right back, I believe. We'll have a chance to reset their shape and go again. Yep, Lizzie, you've kind of had it nail on head. It just feels like an insult to what we used to watch last season. Because we do all the right steps to get into an attacking position, and then we just give the ball away and oh my god, exactly like that, man. Taylor, man, could you just hold the ball up? It would be so lovely. It'd be so lovely if you could just hold it up. Do you not fucking remember Lilo and Stitcher, brothers? Play for each other. Stop trying to be selfish there, man. It's another fucking foul. You see what happens when you start passing it in amongst each other? We got a set piece for just about the edge of the box. Yeah, it's starting to feel... It depends, it really depends. I mean, if Livingston get to half time and it's still 1-0, Martindale will calm them down and be like, lads, don't do anything stupid. Meanwhile, Rodgers will get in there, hopefully swing anything and everything at Joe Hart, because the guy's meant to be the most experienced leader in our team. He's fucking leading us to an early demise. There's a ball into the box, near post. My head has left it, it's bounced around. I don't understand that play at all. I feel like I'm going to be saying this a lot with Brendan Rodgers' tactics in general. There's a good roll across the back. Yeah, it's more or less like a functional 3 at the back. We're still... Yeah, as soon as he gets a say in it again. That's why I like Postecoglou, because at least the guy would just... He would basically captivate everyone, players, fans, board, every single person. He'd be like, yeah, you listen here, mate, I'm doing this, and if you don't like it, fuck off. That was his style. But Rodgers will just sit there and be like, yeah, the board promised me about 30 million in funds, we've got 72 sitting in the bank, and we only spent 10. Well, why? If you've got 70 million in the fucking bank and Joe Hart is your starting goalkeeper, that's a problem. Fuck's sake, man, we could have bought Donnarumma with that type of funds. But instead we're playing with a man who literally got cast out as a bench option at Burnley. And people are wondering, oh, why are Celtic and why can't they compete in Europe? It's not our attack that's the problem. It's the fucking lack of ambition for the board, for the manager, for the just signings in general. What's the point in selling players like Jota for 30 million bucks if you're going to replace them with players like Palmer for 3.5 million and not even play them? You're starting Forrest instead, who then gets taken off 30 minutes into the game. So what the fuck was the point in like 80% of today's decisions? I've barely seen Kyogo at all because he's not physical. He's going to get bitched at the back. Like, this is why I thought O should have started. And the only one that's doing any type of moving up front's Maeda. Which again, yeah, that's literally his only fucking thing. He runs like a madman. But it's stupid when you're under that much pressure. There's a good tackle for Lagerbielke. He throws himself in the way. I think we'll be looking to just get into half time alive. Yeah. Money won't get spent. Yeah, you know, the Celtic would want to build up the cash to the board line. So they could. I mean, their pockets are already well and truly lined. I mean, 72 million's just in-house funds, like banked funds, as in transfer funds, as in if we wanted to, we could go and spend that 70 million in January with no repercussions. But it's not going to happen because the board are like, mediocrity is acceptable. That's what I fucking feel. Starting to feel like that sandwich just a tad. Like again, I wasn't mad at all the business that we did in summer. I thought most of the signings that we made were quite good. But they weren't signings that replaced the key ones. Like if you're letting Starfelt, a key defender, walk away for the sake of the love of his life, right? Why replace him with another Swedish guy that doesn't look the same or play the same style? Like Lagerbielke was meant to be a backup to Carter Vickers. Now Carter Vickers is injured, Abad is injured, Nowitzki's injured, Phillips was meant to start the day, somehow isn't starting today. So that was another lie. It just feels like this club tells you one thing and then does another. Here's a ball into Kyogo. He's the one guy that I feel sorry for the most this half because what's he meant to do? He's 5'7", 5'8", going up against 6'5" defenders. It's never going to work. Border spending under, He's never left, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. Postecoglou made it damn well clear. He's like, you don't give me this, I'm gone. Rodgers will sit there and take it. It's not like the last time around where he's got options to go down to place like Leicester and stuff like that. No, this time round, Rodgers is here to trying to save his career, and so far he's doing a fucking piss poor job of that, at least in terms of discipline, because there has been so many games where we've either got injured through stupid means, or alternatively, as you've seen over the last few games, we just get red carded for no real reason. And we've just basically given Livingston a chance to get back into this game. Like, we're still holding the ball, we're still the better team. Which shows you how easy this game could have been if Joe Hart could just keep his legs away from punting someone. Scales. Deflects half of the Livy man, it should be a bit. You can literally see the shoulders starting to drop a little bit. Don't mind it, but goddamn, yeah, we literally do not have. Do we? I generally don't actually think we do. That's the wrong one to check, you dumbass. It's this one. But technically we do in a Wata. However, that's like literally, you know, trading a gunshot for a knife wound. You know what I mean? You're still stabbed and injured at the end of the day, and it's not good. So I wouldn't bring a Wata on if it was the last thing I'd do, to be honest with you. No, I don't want them to spend willy-nilly, but I want them to know what they're looking for. That's what I'm saying, man. If you're replacing a 30 million calibre player in Jota with a £2.5 million player and then expecting progress, you're not going to get it. Simple as that, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we've brought in good options, good backup options, but we haven't signed any, like, star players out the gate that will 100% make an impact. And we thought at the very least we'd get a goalkeeper, we'd get some options, and sorry if I'm giving you depression, Scott, but that's kind of how it goes sometimes. I go off in little tangents and say what I feel. And I mean, to be fair, it is basically half time, you know what I mean? It's not as if we're worried about too much. There's only a couple of minutes to be played here. I'll tell you exactly how many once the 45th appears on my screen. It's been bounced around and awkwardly cleared. There's a chance for Singari. It's bounced off! Fuck off! Oh, that could have been bad. Scott Baines made a save. Immediately 10 times better than Hart. That was actually really good for Scott, man. He seen that late through a body. People just about got a hand to that, man. Kept it in his hands as well. Good stuff, but Livingston are still pressing. Got it out towards the right hand side. Taylor's done well to get it away, but it's still very much there. Anderson. Don't like that. Looks for the options at the front post. Cleared away this time by O'Reilly. Oh, what the fuck is that entire thing? Scott Bain just doesn't claim the ball. What are they holding up play for this time? That's twice this cunt's gone down holding his head for nothing. Let's see, it's an upward pop-up. He doesn't get touched. Get up, you big cunt, man. 6'6", blacker than goddamn steel, and you're telling me that that's what you want to act like? That was a really good save for Bain, actually. That save for the Singari shot was genuinely nice. Yeah, basically it, guys. You've got it nail on the head. Here's Johnston. Sends it forward. Could be options on here if he can get behind his man. Maeda's, in fairness to him, trying to hold up the physicality. It's never really going to work though. We need to get more physical bodies on up front. Especially if we're playing down with 10 men now. It just makes sense. Get on. Keep either Kyogo or Maeda on as a second striker and drop everyone else a slight bit deeper. I feel like that would be the way to go. It's awkward for Scales. He does really good to keep that under control. But the man was on his knees and still managed to get it away. That's brilliant. McGregor looks for Kyogo. He lets it bounce. Now's not the time. Hiccups. Still a chance. It's a good pass for Kyogo. A good shot to boot, and it's bounced off the wall. Cleared away. Livingston are more than content to just get to half time with a 1-goal deficit and work for there. Oof, I am really going through hiccups. Not fun. Ain't too much left. I'd say about, well, I mean, I'm on the 46 and a half right now, so there's about 2.5 minutes, give or take, before the end of the half. Played forward. There could be another chance in here. Doesn't quite get cleared, and eventually it's just spindled away. Johnson's more than happy to see that one out. But it's been a very weird first half. Stockroom, yeah. I think you've done a pretty good job of hitting that one quite on the noggin. I like Rodgers. I think that he's a good man, but once you walk away from Celtic, you shouldn't be allowed to walk back. And not do this shit, you know what I mean? At least bring in a manager that plays the same style of attacking football. Like back at the start, we could have got, you know, Marco Rose, Julian Nagelsmann, fucking Lopetegui. We could have had like 3 or 4 really good options, and instead we just went backwards. We play tomorrow against St Mirren. I thought you just played against Motherwell later on today, guys. I thought that was Rangers' game. Yeah, get on, hold the ball up. You're definitely not wrong there. Maybe put Kyogo in slightly deeper and have him as like the playmaking option. That's good work for Taylor. Gets it away. Played up by O'Reilly. That's an awkward pass back, and it could be bad for us. Anderson's cross was not good enough though, thankfully. We managed to get it just about out of play. It should be a throw-in for Celtic. Yeah, they've got there in the end. Maeda skips past one. Ain't too much time left, about a minute or so now. Rolled forward, here's Rio, looks for the ball through. It was the right idea, but there was just literally no power behind it, and we ain't going to get too much else out of that. On the 8th of October, when we play, it's going to, when you play on the 8th, it's going to be tough. Yeah, the next few fixtures for both teams ain't exactly ideal, because we've got Motherwell on the 31st, right? Next week, and then we play Lazio on the 4th. Let's see if Livingston can get one more chance. There's about 20 seconds left in this half. At least based on actual timing. It's a little bit over from Mobileye, but it just goes back towards his goalkeeper. No real issues or complaints there. It's just going to be sent forward, look for options and see what they can go to about it. I'll actually check at half time. I'm pretty sure all the rest of them kick half at 3, they do. Or at least, I think there's a game tomorrow, but it's not Rangers. I'm pretty sure they play Motherwell at 3. Livingston are at least trying to push themselves forward a little bit. Good little push off. Could go anywhere. Doesn't quite settle. Here's Maeda though. There could be something on if we want to take a chance. Gets it into space, but Kyogo just overruns his... I'd get him off the pitch and put fucking a 1, man. Seriously. Full setting half with 10 men could be dodgy. I don't disagree with you, Jim. It's not looked comfortable even when we have been 1-0 up. It's been very scrappy. I think that's the best way to summarise this game up, actually. It's been very, very scrappy, and there is half time. We eventually get there, and it's not exactly been great, I'll admit. We got a penalty. It was a deserved penalty. It's hard to argue with it. Both of the calls that Beaton's had to make, in fairness, he's got right, but there's been a lot of kind of awkward stuff that we've not managed to do correctly. I mean, what fucking formation are we playing with at this point? Because we are getting absolutely goose-egged. See, when it comes to this midfield space, because McGregor's basically been forced in on himself. And by the way, it is half time, so if you want to go and get yourself a cup of tea, or a coffee, or a pish, or whatever, go ahead and do so. You're more than welcome to. I'll just be sitting in chat doing my own thing. But the second half will be in about 15 minutes if you want a time frame for when you should come back for the second half, or alternatively you can just leave me on in the background and you can listen to me ramble for about 10 or 15 minutes before we go again. But yeah, not exactly the greatest first half I've ever seen. Is it cold outside? I'll give you a start report. I don't think it'll be too cold. A cup of tea, a coffee, or a pish. Shittle. A cup of pish is not exactly great. I'm no Bear Grylls, you know what I mean? Fucking, I'm Bear Grylls. Welcome to survival school. I'm going to be drinking my own piss. It's just, no thanks. But yeah, half time here, 1-0. Can't complain about it. Very straightforward, very simple and cool. Can't really complain about it. We've got a good amount of viewers on here as well. Again, for a 12:30 Saturday kick-off, I was expecting about 10 or 15 people in here, so very poggers. I actually haven't even checked the sub count what we're on. 792. So if we get 8 more subscribers in the second half, we've hit our goal for the month with a whole ass game to spare, which is quite interesting. He's going to roll a fatty. Understood. You're not seeing all in the first half. Nah, I mean that's kind of fair enough, to be honest with you. The sun's now deciding to come out and make me look white as shit, man. But yeah, it's kind of hard to bracket down how I feel about it, because we were the better team, but am I happy about the performance levels? Not really. Do I think we could have done more? Absolutely. Joe Hart really has made this game way more difficult than it needs to be, and as long as we keep ourselves composed and don't do anything stupid, we should be fine, but we have not been composed and we've done a couple of stupid things. Oh no, it's definitely not, tarts half weather by any extent, but it's tolerable. You don't need to go out wearing a scarf and a big ass, I mean, I've got one of those manager jackets, and see wearing that, let me fucking get it, you'll see what I mean, right? This is what I usually do. Hey, what's good, you fucking rats? I'm dressed like the fucking mob, what's good? You got my money? Have you got my money? Yeah, but this is the jacket I only ever wear whenever it's cold as fuck. It's basically Ancelotti's jacket, man, just pure. Bye. It's not, you don't need to wear one of these outside, it's warm enough to go out in like a hoodie, I'd say. Joe wants a move to Spurs. I will. Maybe their fucking academy team. He's not good enough to be even close to their starting 11. He's not even good enough for Celtic starting 11. What did Hart do? He ran out, clotted a man like it was a UFC match, got red carded. So Scott Bain's in net, if you can't tell by that thing. So Bain's on there, Forrest has been taking off, and Maeda and Furuhashi are playing as a front two right now. So instead of it being like a 4-3-3, it's like a 4-3-2, or maybe a 4-3-1-1 type beat. I'm not really too sure. I guess it will figure out based on the changes that Rodgers makes for the second half. Since that point, Livingston have been able to just do what's necessary. Just for the month. No problem at all, Jim. You enjoy yourself, man. I just explained it there, Skull. Hot red card. Not exactly the smartest man I've ever seen. There's been a couple of bookings, there's been a couple of awkward ones. I mean, our goal was a penalty, clean, simple, no real problems with it. It was a penalty, clear as day. That's why I can't really argue about Hearts being a foul, because it was clearly a foul. But we got lucky because even the penalty was just enough to be considered a goal. Like, it went underneath the goalkeeper. And I mean, when you look at their lineups, they've had a couple of really good players today. You know what I mean? Genuinely, like George has been good in net for them. No real complaints for him. I think DeLucas has been okay, besides obviously that yellow card kind of call. Holt's been good. Can't really complain about him, but I barely mentioned him in the first half because he's just sat that deep. Zangari's been good. Shinny's been good. Nubel's probably been their best player, and I mean, that's not saying too much because most of their chances have been kind of pot shots from range, which is a little bit stupid. We always play push after European and we need Celtic to drop points. Well, I mean, it's possible based on what's happened so far, man. Couple of half-time paracetamols. First, my commentary probably didn't help. My apologies. But yeah, I mean, let me have a quick little gander through. Oh, what up? 793. Thank you very much. So Rangers, yeah, they play Motherwell at 3. Pretty big game. If Motherwell can take something for this, then they're still in the title fight technically. But as it stands, we've got points. We're sitting quite comfortable. St Mirren, who do they play later on? They play Hearts. So there's definitely games across the board. I mean, even Aberdeen and Ross County holds weight because, I mean, technically those two should be switched positions. It's an interesting one. But the game that matters right now is this one. Half time, 1-0. Like I said, we'll be underway for the second half in about 5 or 10 minutes or so. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't get an extended sit down on the bench when we have players like Siegrist and Bain. I mean, Bain, he's not really put a foot wrong. You know, he's made a couple of good saves, a couple of near post ones, at least one actual respectable, holy shit, that's quite good save, and that's about the extent of it. Don't know, is this microphone lowered down in the... Hold on, I'm going to switch between scenes. What were you on? You're on 3.6. So why are you on 10.3? Let me fix that. I should fix it a little bit more. The mic should sound a bit more realistically okay on this one. If it is Joe Hart's last game, I wouldn't say that because we're going to have to stick with him. It's not as if we can sign an emergency goalkeeper on loan or anything. It's a bit grim, admittedly, but at the end of it all, we just have to hope that we can get across the rest of this game with the points intact. At the very least, play to frustrate them now. We're going to have to think about it like we're the ones defending, which is probably a blessing in disguise that we got that goal as early as we did, because if we were 0-0, I would have no faith in us getting anything out of this game. At least with a goal, worst comes to worst, we might kind of get away with the game with like a point. But we've done our best to hold people out. We've done our best to keep things calm. Nothing bad's happened. We just simply have to keep that momentum up, and we're fine and good and everything's dandy in life. But until that point, until we're at the kind of 89th minute and we're 2-0 to the good and everything's, you know, fine that way, I'm not going to sit here and say that we've got it under wraps one way or another, because yes, there's things that we've done well. The passing has been okay at times, but it's not to say we've been great. You know what I mean? We've played very average across the board. It just wasn't the right starting 11. I think Rodgers knows that in hindsight now, especially now that he's had to take Forrest off, because it just defeats the point in starting him. You know what I mean? If that's the case, why not just give him the start to Yang or whoever else, and You know, again, I'll try and limit the amount of bitching I do in the second half, obviously, but Seagrass is technically like an emergency backup stockroom. It's like it's Hart, Bain, Seagrass, and then basically all the academy players, I'd imagine. And it's all well and good if you're looking for balancing acts and stuff like that, but that's my point. And you know, Celtic are a Champions League level club, apparently, and our goalkeeping choices are quite literally some of the worst that we've had in 20, 30 years. It's like when we actually fix one part of the team, it's like the board's premise is to just completely ruin another part of the team. Like if we fix the striker options, we fuck our defensive ones. If we fix our defensive options, our attacking options get messed up. It's a constant in, out system that Celtic has, and it's all well and good if you are constantly selling high-end players off for good money, but the fact of the matter is, right, a few of these players that have came in early on don't look like they're going to offer much more than what we've paid for them. Lagerbielke isn't going to be worth more than 2-3 extra million by the time that we sell them, if we decide to sell them. The only players that are worth profit are the ones that Postecoglou has kept in that side. And I feel bad for Kyogo because once again, he's been forced to play as an advanced forward in a system that he doesn't care about. You know, a Kyogo style of play, let him come in deep, take the ball, ping it out to the wings, and then make an off-the-ball run. But because of Rodgers' system and the way that O'Reilly's pressed up all the time, Kyogo's basically just forced to stand there. And it's super grim, man, because he deserves a lot more. He deserves a bit more service, man. I'd love to see him get a couple more chances, but the realistic safe bet right now is to take him off, bring O on, and drop Maeda in behind, or alternatively take Maeda off, keep Kyogo on, but bring O on, push him up as the advanced forward, and drop Kyogo to be a deep line kind of playmaker, if that makes sense, or like a Mazzala, if you will, just in behind the striker, but not too far behind that he's a midfielder, just kind of like as a, you know, centre attacking midfielder type thing. You don't think that was a red card offence, Connor? I mean, I'd have to be one to disagree based on the fact that I've been red carded for that at Sunday League level, my guy. And if you're red carded for that at Sunday League level, like, I have been the striker and the goalkeeper in that situation, so I can understand both sides of the argument, but the fact of the matter is, the goalkeeper came out of his box and absolutely clarted the Livingston boy without touching him. Like, without touching the ball, I should say, sorry, and by the rules of the game, because of how fucking soft everything is, yeah, it's a red card, you know what I mean? You can't argue against it, you know. It's a shame, because maybe 20, 30 years ago they just waved play on and everything would be good, but it's a different story when it's in the modern game. You know, we've had red cards given out for less than that, in the same way we've had red cards given out for less. It just depends on the manager, depends on the players, it depends on the referee. The referee made the call. I can't sit here and justify it one way or another. I can see both sides though. You know, on another day it's a yellow card, and, you know, for both of them, because it's an encroachment 50, but the fact of the matter is, Noble had every right to go for the ball. Hart didn't. Hart had Scales in front of him, and he had to move around Scales to then basically Clark or Noble, so yeah. It's one of those up in the air ones. It's like Holmes' red card against Feyenoord. There's people that will be like, oh no, it's a red, and there'll be other people that's like, nah, it's not a red, what are you talking about? And I was in the camp of it's not a red. This one though, I feel like it is. Yeah, and he basically got that one spot on. He's just a little bit, because he doesn't have to be consistent, he doesn't have competition, and that's the difference about this, about that kind of system, is the fact that if you're going to have a team of people that are constantly full speed, why have a 35, 36-year-old dude that can barely get across his goal in time? I mean, Scales had tracked from like the edge of his, basically the edge of his half to the box in the same time that Hart got for his net to the edge of his box. He's not fast, so I don't understand why he's our main man, and the fact that we didn't sign a new goalkeeper in summer is just baffling. You know, we passed up on fucking Stankovic and Petrovic, and we even missed out on a chance to grab Slonina, and they're three goalkeepers that are infinitely better, off the top of my head, than Joe Hart. Not to mention the fact that Bazunu is still at Southampton. So see when January comes around, for the love of God, sign the boy. He's Irish, he's 6'2", he's young, he's exactly what we need in that system, and instead we're just like, yeah, no, let's put an English guy in an Irish immigrant team. Historically, you know, English people are not meant to mix. And I know we've had good ones in the past, like Chris Sutton and stuff like that, but fuck me, is Hart making it hard for me to like him. I love the guy as a person, absolute baller, but on the pitch, he's just not the same, you know what I mean? That's very kind of you, thank you very much, man. Saying home one was technically red, but it's not even a yellow in my mind. Yeah, that's you basically nailed it, man. It's like, it is a by the book a red card offence, but when you're watching it in real time, you're like, no, it's not. It's literally nothing. But they change it all the time. But the second half's about to get underway, so we will move back to the screen. So welcome back for the second half. If you're just coming in, we'll give us a little refresh because we'll be getting underway soon. Second half has officially kicked off here, gentlemen. So when Google decides to fix itself, you will know. But we're back underway, and Atati is immediately on the stretch and prowl trying to find options. Let's see where this one goes. McGregor forces out wide for a throw-in immediately. We've got 45 minutes to see this one out. We've nearly hit 795, so we can get one more. Fabulous stuff. Thank you very much for all the support today, gentlemen. And ladies, because I know there's one or two ladies that occasionally pop in and say hello. Livingston play it back towards the defensive line. Let's see where they decide to go with this one. Rolled into space. That could be awkward for Livingston. I wonder if they've changed their shape at all, because they've already stretched their back line a hell of a lot more, so that kind of tells me that they're going to look to break on us. Which, I mean, actually for Livingston's system would make sense, because if they can win the ball off of us when we're high up, all they need to do is get one really good long ball forward, exactly like that. That could be a good hold-up opportunity for them. Nibble's done exactly that, tries to force it into the box, it's awkward, but cleared away. Good header, I think, from Lagerbielk or Scales. One of the two of them got there first. Not that I'm fussed, but that was a little bit awkward for my liking. A minute in, and they've already whipped in a cross or two. Rolled out towards that right hand side, let's see where they decide to try and run with it. Here's Shinnie. Awkward, and whipped away across the face of the goal. I think we've really been salvaged there. Singari was left wide open. And that could have been bad for us. Could have went behind. Anyway, from the start of this stream, man, we've gained a few. I was at 7, 8, 9 when I started, so we gained 5 so far. There's some streams where I don't gain any, so very, very poggers, you know what I mean. There's a good run forward. Could go anywhere. Takes a bobble up high. A little lacklustre there. It definitely isn't taken down the way that it should be. Well taken down by Hataya though. Could be a roll out on. And there's bodies breaking forward here. This could be good for us if we want to get it in behind a bit quicker. We need to start using that central space. There's the ball in. Oh, it's gone across all the way! Maeda's missed it! But it's in for 2! There we fucking go, man! Finally! Yes, lads! Thank fuck for that, man. I thought Maeda had missed an absolute sitter. But O'Reilly is in behind, and our Mr. Consistent himself gets another one on the board. This is what I'm talking about with Kyogo, man. Gets some time to do some playmaking. Plays a beautiful ball in. Maeda does well to get the shot towards goal, but it's saved well by George. He kind of palms it off the line, and it falls to O'Reilly, who makes no mistake, hits it as hard as he can on that right foot, straight into the middle of the net. Thankfully for us, we've got ourselves a second, and boys, we might be a little bit more comfortable. Somehow we've managed to bluff our call here. And that's the danger with Livingston's high press. They might have engaged it quite well to begin with, but one good ball in behind basically just unfurled them. And the 10 men of Celtic answer very, very quickly at Almondvale. Beautiful stuff from that, man. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Once again, our midfielders are bailing out everyone else. You can say what jammy all you would like. You can say what's yummy all you like, but that was a goal that we deserved. Really very surprised Maeda missed that initial first chance. I thought if we'd missed that one, man, I'd feel very different. Let's play that for Livingston. Let's see where they decide to go with this one. Out towards that right hand side. Here's Anderson. Looking for options. Maeda says fuck you and just guess it off him. Beautiful stuff. It's cleared away, but I was going to say that could have been a foul for either one of them. They decided to just wave play on. Livingston have stole it back though. There's a good chance and it's straight into the hands, and this time Bain keeps a hold of it into his chest. Oh yeah, absolutely. So Morelli's been, without a doubt, the most consistent player. Like, he's averaged about like a 7 or 8 the entire season. No, I mean, you'd say Kyogo's a close second because of the amount of goals the boy scores, but man, O'Reilly's just made this half a lot less awkward for us, you know what I mean? Like, as long as we keep the basics, the 3-0 is definitely looking good now, as Sandwich just said. Scales does well to get that one out, but it's going to be straight back in. Here's Shinny. To Anderson. Trying to find it in towards Anderson. It's eventually played back out towards Noble. Shinny held up. Just about. Cleared away well by Lagerbielk. Still awkward and eventually pushed away, and it's a foul against Celtic the other way. That's good. My guy, I'm one of those commentators that don't give a shit. I will I'm not like Goldbridge where I make up analogies that are like PG friendly, but if you just listen, if you like, you know, Glaswegian people going off at the club, I'm your boy. That could have been awkward. The fuck, man? Why did that happen? Noble just missed a good opportunity there. Bain doesn't look too happy with his defence, and I can't honestly blame him. It was not exactly the shape that I was expecting, although he's played it out quick. Yeah, it's showing that. Like, Bain just gets closed down way too quickly and he tries to chip it. He just tries to chip the goalkeeper, and yeah, as you say, fitness. They tried to. Yeah, they tried to do too much though. That's funny. Get obvious. That's what you get for trying to be technical as a 6'3" dude. I'm the layout juice. That will need to be replenished ASAP. There's another good ball into the box by Livingston. They're really trying to abuse that link between Scales and Taylor. That's where they probably assume the weakest part of the team is. That's good play out for Taylor. McGregor gets it off of the leg. That should be a Celtic throw in. I was going to say the Livingston man, I thought he was going to take a quick throw in, but yeah, it's showing that Noble chance. He really should have scoped that, by the way. It should be 2-1. That was a big mistake for Scott Bain, actually, and it was way closer than it should have been. This one's out of juice. I'll be back momentarily. I'm on the tick, exactly. Fucking it, man. I'll do it all up. No fuss, no complaints. I'm convinced now, man. Rodgers must have hit them with that good old fashioned Lilo and Stitch talk, man. Just, hello, Hanlon's famable. And famable means no one's left behind. Just basically saying, play for each other, stop being Mongos, and you'll be good. Everything will be jammy in life, and you'll be fine. But no, there's another long ball for Livingston, although this time it's going to go straight into the hands of Scott Bain, and this time he's not willing to play it out for the back. He's just going to get it as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Good pass, that could be something. Here's Maeda, rolls it out, could be in behind here if he wants to make the run a bit earlier. Does make the run eventually, but it's got out very well from Sangari, actually. Can't even blame him. It's taken up well, not cleared away, back towards George. Up towards Holt, headed on by Shinny. They're looking for options. There's a good ball forward, and Anderson's on the chase, but Lagerbielk will get back and just make it very Pork Chop Express. Let's go. I love to see it. Fuck most of them, with the exception of some of my family and Gaz. The rest of them, however, Here's Rio, that's a good layoff. He's actually made it very awkward for them. There could be a ball in behind here. Again, that is such an open pass. Eventually gets it to Rio. Ball over the top. It's Maeda that's there though, and no offence, but he's literally like a foot and a half smaller than Singari. There's no way he was ever winning that header. It's no use crossing it high. Low crosses, that's the way to go. Headed forward by Shanny, just about gathered by McGregor. Good takedown, Taylor. Keep it moving, does exactly that, and there could be options on. Lagerbielke, quick switch, gets into space. Kyogo, go. That's not the pass I don't think he was looking for, but he's eventually laid it out, and there's space opening up again here. Here's Matt O'Reilly. Lays it off for Kyogo, who's more or less acting as a right winger at this point. Good quick switch, and O'Reilly manages to get kind of like a half kind of cocked touch towards it, and it bounces up and away. It's still very much in Celtic territory. We've got it back again. Here's a Tatty. Taylor's in the box, takes a bounce off, and it's out for another corner. Yeah, I don't understand how we're playing better now. Full of it pie, quite literally, man. Bet Kyogo 2-0 and 3-0. Should have just bet the scoreline. Oh, you never know. Kyogo could technically score. He's not off the pitch yet, and there's a ball in for O'Reilly. It's headed up, not cleared away the way that it should have been. Hatati's going to get it from the bounce back. O'Reilly's got it, corner. Oh, it could be awkward still. There's chases on all across the board. Gathered. Maeda gets his body in the way. It doesn't quite bounce out for Livingston to get it under control. Holt gets it eventually. Goes back towards their midfield and get it under control. Shinny to Singari. They'll try and extend it out towards the left hand side and see if they can go up that way and towards space. Really good fast play for Livingston. They're starting to try and play through us as opposed to against us. You can't really fault them. They're trying to get in behind. There's a good ball. Nubel's on the chase, but he's going to have to go up against a very, very informed Scales, as well as the fact that the offside flag was up. It's usually why I don't bet, man, because I get a lot of predictions correct usually, but just more often than not, it's like if I make a bet, it's like the gods themselves align to tell me to go and stuff myself. That was a good break for Livingston. Speaking of things telling me to go and fuck myself, that could be bad. That's a good pop-up chance for Anderson. It's straight into the hands of Bain. He's got his composure back at least after that mistake. He seems to be a lot more, very much more commanding of his area at the least, but he seems to be a lot more composed with the ball. Oh, it's even worse. Just put a bet on for VAR to intervene again. That's like always the safe bet, man. I think it's guaranteed 20 quid that way. There's some changes for Livingston. They're going to make a couple of them now. The first one's Kelly on for Singari, I believe. And the second one, if it's based on the normal changes, it'd be Bradley, right? It's not confirmed to me who the second change is. They've literally just shown me one of them. I know there's another guy on the pitch. I think it might be Bradley, but there we go. You never back Celtic, I'm too superstitious. Board job's got a point. Oh, there's a chance for Livingston. He's been wiped out there. They're claiming a foul the other way though. What I say, as a man that represents Celtic, that was a pretty fair challenge for both of them. They both went up for it. Oh wait, nah, okay, when it shows that angle, his arms across his body the entire time, I was like, okay, fair enough. We'll also just hit 795, so thank you very much. By the looks of it, Awata's getting ready to warm up and come on. I'm not sure how to feel about that. I guess we will see, but for now Livingston are going to try and make some moves. Here's Parks. Trying to get some options up. but it's only going to go as far as our Canadian boy. Alistair's looking for options, gets it in towards McGregor. Captain Kill himself, although he's lost out, and that's a very awkward position to do so. Shinny could have gone for it, opts not to go, it's laid out towards the... Oh, it's still awkward. O'Reilly steals it away, give that man a medal, a statue, and probably your wife and all. Deserves it. Kyogo's managed to keep it in play on towards that right hand side, and he's basically 1v6, but he's still going. Eventually cuts it back for options and runs on. There's a good, just enough hold up play there. McGregor lays it after Taylor and one or two loose passes, but eventually it's gathered by Celtic shots. One back by Livingston just about there though. I was going to say Pittman for a second there. Parks manages to do well to kind of clear it away. Hey there Michael, nice to see you man. I just wanted something like good to see we're turning up. What did Joe Hart do to get the red? Absolutely cunted someone. That's the simplest way to put it. Oh. Damn guys. Self-burn. So what is coming on for Rio Hatate? So the advantage is that he's coming on as a midfielder, but if that's the case, why not bring on Holm? Small and less slight concern, but I'm not too fussed by it. Rio's had an alright game, scored a penalty, so I can't complain about his performance too much. Kind of quiet second half, so it makes sense. Take him off, give half an hour. No fucking way, Kaiser. What's good, man? Hope you're doing well. Yep. Matt O'Reilly makes the fucking Zoolander look like goddamn fucking Katie Hopkins after Botox. You know what I mean? There's just too sexy to be a man. He's proof aliens exist, you know what I mean? There's a chance for Livingston again. It's out towards... Why is our centre back up there? God knows, but he is. Shinny lays it off, back towards the right back. Can look for options. Near post, cleared away by Scales. He's been quietly quintessential for us tonight. Good balls played forward, and Scott Bain comes out and claims it. Very nice. Yeah, I mean that at the very least. If you want someone that's known for getting stuck in, Thiago Holm is the way to go. Yeah, I'm convinced, right, that there will be a thing in the future called O'Reilly tax. And I'd happily pay that shit, to be honest with you, if it made sure that he stayed here for a good while. He's been our best midfielder this season by a considerable distance. And that's saying something, because last season everyone was like, oh my god, Rio Hatate. But there's a chance. Awkward. Played out through that midfield space. Could be a steal on here if Kyogo wants to run with it. Well, it does exactly that. Doesn't get it under control and Livingston can move forward. That was a really good opportunity for us. Doesn't keep it under control. There's a good steal. Rio. I keep saying Rio. What the fuck am I saying Rio for? Owata's got it forward. There's a break on. O'Reilly's kind of moving it again. Definite options there. There's way too much for us to go for. There's McGregor. Takes a bounce and it's going to be absolutely nothing of note for us, unfortunately. What stream? Oh. This is a good thing about me having notifications on. Why did you leave? He just gave us his old fucking legal name out. Charles Joseph Jonathan Hart. It sounds like a fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure type beat, you know what I mean? Almost 800 subs. Yeah, we're only 5 away, so thank you to everyone who's supported us. I literally have to do the plug thing now as well, because we're halfway through this half, so bear with me, I'm sorry, but this is something I have to do. Hi, hello, how are you? First of all, if you're watching this live, good shit, you're a goat, thank you very much. Please like and support and, you know, all that stuff with the stream. But if you're watching this on a VOD, which will be up after the game's done, hi, I see you, hope you're well. Make sure that you like this video and, you know, I'll make sure that I don't show up at your house with a gun. Just kidding, but, you know, any help's useful. Any help's supported and appreciated, you know what I mean? Livingston's just skied another one. Look at Rodgers holding that ball. Maybe get him on the fucking pitch and see how he plays. Wouldn't surprise me. But we've been a lot more consistent today. Damn right, FTV. I just want to, it's kind of like Michael Jordan when he gets injured in the NBA, you know what I mean? He's like, yeah, you can take this game, but I'll be back, and I'll be back with a vengeance. But if he does that again, legally, he can piss off. I don't make the rules. But we threw out Craig Gordon for way less. Everyone was like, oh, Craig Gordon's shite. Aye. Tell me that now. Tell me that now. Oh, there's a chance for Livi. They have another pop shot towards that back stick. It's not going to... Yeah, they're really trying to play for the long headers. They're pinging it up, looking for options. Got it in there. That's it. Don't worry, I brought it back. I brought it back. I brought it back. Don't worry. Don't worry, Andy. You're good. But there ain't too much time left for Livingston to get something from this. There's a set piece chance for them. Let's see if they're going to try and look for options near post. It's just about collected by McGregor. It's going to bounce around and be a tad awkward. Maeda will put his leg in and force some issues. Man's ran like an absolute train engine tonight. Cleared away again by McGregor. A lot will be on the chase. Good dink over one man. That'll be a foul for us surely. Yellow cards came out as well. Craig Gordon was an epic keeper for us. Exactly. He was so underrated. He was so underrated. But everyone was just like, because he's not the best option, just throw him out. Well, yeah, we brought in Dorius De Vries and then fucking Vasilius Barkas. We just do not have a good track record with goalkeepers when we used to have goalkeepers like Fraser Forster and Arthur Boric, you know what I mean? They're just like, man, where are those types of players? Bain sent it forward, it's over the head of Kyogo, but he'll be able to go in the chase, and there could be an opportunity in for three here. It's laid across, here's Maeda, surely! Hits into the... Oh, it's such an easy chance to miss, but he has indeed done so. It's the thing, Maeda can run for the halters, and he's good at it, but my fucking god, ask him to finish a shot, and it's like asking a... Never mind, that's probably racist in some capacity, I'll hold him. I'll hold myself for saying that. I was going to make a goddamn oil joke, but I feel like half of America would hunt me down for that. Played out forwards to Lucas. Switched over all the way towards Parquet, or Parks, I'm going to presume it's Parks. And towards the back stick, over the top here, that's not good for us. Taylor's got to mark his man a bit quicker there, does eventually get out to him. Shot for Livingston, bounces around a few of them, I think off of the legs of McGregor is where it ended up last. And eventually cleared the way for Livingston to gather the ball and go again. Put it in post-match, I think so. What's for Fraser? Yeah. That's the thing, he was more consistent than Joe Hart. Because he understood what it was like to play for Celtic. That's why I liked Craig Gordon. Big Joe's a good goalkeeper, and he'll be able all season to do us proud. I mean, I was saying that the entire last season, and my opinions got changed very quickly towards the end of it. Some people like Hart because the fact that they grew up with him as a goalkeeper. I don't have the same respect for him. You ask me if he's a good goalkeeper? Yes. Is he a great goalkeeper? Fuck no. Burnley didn't want him. That should tell you why Celtic shouldn't have him as a starter. As a backup goalkeeper? Yes. As like a goalkeeper that forces other goalkeepers to play better, otherwise he'll come in? Yes. As a starting goalkeeper? No. Absolutely not. He's shit. If any of you can recall the last time we kept a clean sheet in Europe, please let me know. Yeah, that's the thing. Maeda's he's a brilliant off the ball player, but on the ball not so much. But I have a lot more respect for Maeda because they're actually quite good. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's played brilliantly today, Maeda. I've got not a bad thing to say about him. Besides the fact that he missed that sitter, but at least we scored like 2 seconds after it, so it's, you know, redeemable. Rab Douglas was better, yeah. No offence, man, a scarecrow with a fucking extended broom for arms would probably be a better goalkeeper, to be honest. I don't think Joe Hart was the reason that they didn't get relegated. They had Nick Pope in it. But if that's the case, why didn't Pep Guardiola want him? Until it's been wiped out, that'll be a fault. Yellow card for Livingston. The number 16's in the book, Bradley. Fun fact, I've actually got this boy on loan in my Albion Rovers saving FM. He wanted more money and he should have stayed there. He absolutely should have stayed. I love how everyone has such split opinions on Maeda, man. Because you don't know if he's... you don't know what version of him you're going to get, because you can get the version that will score 2 or 3 absolute wonder goals, or you'll get the version of him that just runs around, and that's about the extent of it. But we ain't got too much to worry about. Like I said, I mean, Livingston have had chances, but they haven't been clear-cut chances besides that Newble chip over Bain, but how's Scales doing? Scales has been probably the best defender out the lot. Calm, composed, and see, for the fact that we always rip the piss out of Scales, at least at the start of the season when we were. Oh, that could bounce! Chance for 3! How? Still, it's good hold-up play, and eventually they've blown the whistle. That's so frustrating, man. We nearly had a chance for a third there. Rose came on and immediately nearly scored a belter. For those of you who don't know, by the way, Kyogo is off. You should kind of have said that when it happened, but really good opportunity for Froden. You can see all the Celtic fans applauding Kyogo as he walks half and around. Big rap up for the council. Like all good men should. Just kidding, if you look for the council, you should consider options. Pep only picks goalkeepers that are better with their feet than their hands. But he's yeah, it's almost as if Celtic do the exact same thing, Porkchop. I mean, are Celtic known for defending? No, we're known for being a counter-pressing attacking team. So people like Joe Hart don't fit our system. I know it's hard when the best defender here comes out is Lagerbielke, yeah, but once we get Phillips and all that back, that's when Celtic will start playing like Celtic. Once we have everyone back fit, because we have Abada, we have fucking Carter Vickers, Nowitzki, we have a few players that are key starters that are injured. That's what we need to remember. And we're still away from home, winning comfortably with 10 men. That's what we need to remember about this performance. I might sit here and talk shit in a lot of aspects, but we have been good. We've done the basics correctly, at least to an extent. Defensively, we've been okay. You know what I mean? Joe Hart's been the only mistake so far this match, and you can't really fault that. You know what I mean? He just felt like he missed out for last match, so of course. Stephen Kelly needs to call up skills. Yeah, do you honestly think so, Joe? Who's it used play with at the back right now? It's Duffy and like Andrew Immediately, isn't it? Personally, I'd go with Immediately and fucking Scales. Those two would be a much better option. It's a good rollout for Livingston. There were lots of people telling us that Scales was a player, so played plenty of league in Ireland. Going to the sheep really suited him. Aye, to be fair. Good pals with your old man, that's sick. Even if he doesn't start, just having that like realisation that you're playing for Celtic and you're getting your national manager recognising you, it'd do very much good for his morality, I'd say. Speaking of morality, mine hasn't been knocked out too much. If we score one more, then my prediction's right and the day's been perfect, despite the fact that this game has been very weird to watch. Like, do you know what I mean? Where I'm like, you couldn't have watched. You don't even need to watch this game to know exactly what's going on right now. It's just Livingston putting it forward and then Celtic winning it back and then going straight down the wings again. It's weird seeing Law. Although that's not Bolson Law. I think that's is that his brother, or is it just a guy with the same name? Nathan Collins beside him would be good. Actually, yeah, to be fair. Because you have a lot of good options. Ireland have a young generation that can come through. I mean, that fucking wee Ferguson, but he's going to be something special for you. By the way, from the sub goal, yeah, I know. We're making progress towards it. If anyone wants to subscribe, if you have public sub settings on, you get a little animation of Callum McGregor lifting up a trophy with your name down in the little corner there. The last public sub, let me see who was it. Thomas McKinstry was the last public sub. But if you do subscribe, it just helps us out anyway, so I'd appreciate it. Skills has been called up to several squads, but he hasn't played. No, he needs minutes, that's the big thing. If he gets minutes, that will change him. Skills has plenty of flaws, and if any league could do better, he'd be found out saying this when I actually like him. Yeah, I mean, no one's saying Skills is like a, Carter Vickers or like Nemanja Vidic type, defender, where he's going to be like the best in his league type of thing, but Skills he's a solid option, he's a solid depth option. He was never meant to be a starter, that's the big thing that any Celtic fan will say, but it's not bad to see a wee Irishman from our academy do some good shit. There's a good bounce out for Maeda for the chase, he lays it off for a while. Let's see where this one goes. He could have laid that flat, but instead kills it for Lagabilk. Rolled back out, that should be a foul for us, and it is, I think, yeah. The referee blows the whistle eventually. The Rogers have a swipe at the board by saying he was just like a Celtic coach in regards to lack of targets required. Need a single fish. Best of luck hunting for it. Yeah, I mean, Rogers had every right to snap at the board because he was promised all the targets that he was promised, and then he got maybe about half of them. There's applause laying around. Here's Johnston. Kind of let throw in from just about the edge of the area. It's kind of dinked up here. Could be three, and it almost was. It was a great, really great hit from Mo, and it's not that far away by any means. It's a good bobble and pop up, and he hits it hard, and he hits it with power, and it's just straight past the post. Couldn't put a little bit of curl on it. If he did, that was probably three. He's a left-footed centre-half. Ireland could do with him. Yeah, I agree with that. He sold Brendan down the river. I think they both sold each other down the river. I think Rodgers hasn't got his players playing the way that they should be. I mean, you can tell we've had 3 cards in the last, 3 red cards, I should say, in the last, 180 minutes of football. There's disciplinary issues, definitely, but, I mean, the board hasn't exactly done him too much solid either. Yeah, we all know who to blame in these types of situations, but can't blame the players. The players they just have to play. The manager doesn't have the best selection to pick from, but keep in mind there are a bunch of injuries as well, which makes it a little bit more bearable. Once they're all back and fit, if we're making the same mistakes, then yeah, stop shouting at the manager and start asking questions. But for now, I can accept it. I just need Joe Hart to stop acting like a fud sometimes, and we're good. If our defenders tighten up the ship, there's a good chance for a lot. He hits it for range, and it's the right idea. He just couldn't really keep it down. Exactly. There's one specific guy that's making millions for this, and it ain't Rodgers. Rodgers is forced to work with what he's got, you know what I mean? But in his own fucking words, if you want to show character, then show character, man. Just walk into the board office and just go, hey, excuse me, it's me, your manager, Lamal, you forgot about me, the guy that has to buy players. Do you mind giving me some money so I can try? Because I'm pretty sure fucking Rangers have brought in more players than us. I get they had to do a whole ass rebuild, but that's my point. They've been able to rebuild a whole ass team and still kind of play somewhat the same way. But we've had to change our entire tactics, system, setup, play style to cater not to the players but to the manager. And that's a big fucking problem. Because these boys played something special under Postecoglou. They were literally the most lethal attack in Europe. I will not be seeing any stats like that come March, I'm telling you now. It's like that good old saying, there's a difference between doing the job and doing the job with style. Right now we're doing the job. There's no style about it though. It's very iffy at the best of times. It's a foul for us. We got a set piece chance roughly after a Kelly foul. By-faced Petro. That's a belter there, then. PFP! To be fair, that's probably what the guy goes around shouting to himself as well, man. Financial fair play, all that shit. Just like, there's another fucking yellow card, surely. Yep, Livingston are in the book. That's Pox in there. Went way too high on O'Reilly, like way too high on him. Yeah, that was always going to be a foul every day of the week. We have a really good free kick opportunity for about, it's about 25-30 yards out. His view froze. That's the first time it's frozen in a while, to be fair, so I can't really be too. Right, that's funny though, is when it refuses. There we go. Aurelio's going to swing this one in and. Well, you're already trying to forget him. You missed big hunch. Yeah, Gaz has made a good point too as well. There's a ball in, that could have been good, but straight into the hands of George though. Right idea for O'Reilly again. Right ideas, just not the execution. Hey, thank you for whoever's just subscribed. 4 more, and we've hit 800, which was the sarcastic goal for the month, and the fact that we've almost hit it is insane. Very petty. Aye, Sandwich, you've had it spot on. He is a very petty boy indeed. There's a chance for Livingston at the back stick. They really should have had a runner there, but instead they just kind of opt to leave him open and it just bounces past us. I think Angie's style of football burns players out. Apart from Maeda, that is similar to Pep, who constantly burns players out. Just ask Bayern Munich. Yeah, but I mean, the difference is, right, Pep Guardiola's tactics have won him a triple, including a Premier League and a Champions League. So see if your players are burning out but you're winning things, it's 100% worth it. And that's why I thought Postecoglou was fine. Because at least the man was winning trophies and he was winning it with a good style of football. Rodgers will win trophies, undoubtedly so, because he won't lose the league. He will not allow that to happen. But will it be pretty? Absolutely not. It's going to be rough and ragged. It always is when you're, got a new manager in for a season. But I mean, the big thing that I'll take is that we're away at Livingston and we're winning 2-0. Clean sheet. Can't complain, you know what I mean? And that's with 10 men, with our goalkeeper out, but that means that we're now without Hart for the Motherwell game, which is a slight there's another chance for, there we go, Scott Baines came out and cleaned that. But see, to be honest with you, I think Baines been very good. Pedro has all Celtic's money in pound coins so they can swim in it like Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. He's got like a wee pool in his back garden, it's just fully fucking like £5 notes or some shit, you know what I mean? Then when Rodgers comes to his door, he's like, excuse me, I'd like some money so I can sign someone. He just goes into his pool bucket. Take that and buy him. Rodgers is a better manager than Ange. I'm sorry, are you insane? Maybe in terms of experience, but not in terms of managerial ability. Oh yeah, I mean, Pep with Man City's won so many different things, man. He's won like 3 titles? Is it 3 titles? I think it's 3 titles. Multiple FA Cups, multiple Carabao Cups. He's won the Champions League. Yeah, I mean, he's had a pretty good... Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he just buys players that fits his system. Rodgers is buying players that fits Postecoglou's system and then trying to adapt them into the system he's got, and it's just... not working. If you switch a manager out, you need to switch them for a manager that makes sense. So. Yeah, that was his first Champions League with Man City, the one against Inter now. But I wanted him to get too far. They wanted him to get too far because he was asking for a significant increase in his contract, and justifiably so. He was clean sweeping with every team he faced. At least Ange waited to the end of the season. Yeah, that's a big difference between why I don't have as much disdain for Ange as I do Rodgers, because Rodgers left us to go to Leicester, who weren't even that good at the time, and the best they ever did with them was finish 5th and get an FA Cup, and we've just accepted them back when we could have taken a Marco Rose or a Julian Nagelsmann. And if you were asking me at the time, Nagelsmann made the most sense. Dude plays the exact same way Postecoglou does, except the fact that he's young and can adapt. He would have been my pick, not Rodgers. You told me it was Rodgers. I mean, go onto my channel. There's a video back when I announced, when Rodgers was announced. I wasn't too pleased. But I said, give him time. You back him. He's your manager. And that's the thing. He's my manager. I will back him until he's not there. But if you asked me if he was the man to take us forward, I would have told you no. Livingston have got it inside the box. They're looking for options here. Sorry I've not been commentating too much over the last 5-10 minutes, but they've literally just kind of had it in the midfield. It's gone back and forth. There could be a break on here. Not literally the exact same thing again. Played back. That's a weird passage of play. Bain didn't come out and claim it for some reason. McGregor's got there to steal that one. Fair enough, can't argue with that. And that should be a goal kicking out play, and it is. But exactly. But the bold know best. Aye. The same way that the church doesn't, do anything illegal. They're all innocent and pure, Rodgers left because he knew the board were giving him fuck all. Yeah, but he could have grown a set of balls and told them to start giving him stuff, or he'd leave. Instead he waited until he got an offer and then ran away in the middle of the night, leaving us to replace him overnight. That's not what a manager does, you know what I mean? In any sense, case of the point, you know what I mean? If you're a manager, you see your job through, at least until the end of a specific season. Because Postecoglou could have fucked off in January to Wolves, because he was offered a job then. He said no, because I've got a job to do, and then he went to Tottenham 6 months later, when he realised, oh wait, I'm actually worth more than Wolves. Ball's rolled across. Chance on the edge of the D. There could be an opportunity for a third. It's straight into the hands of George. It's cleared away eventually off the back line by Bradley, I believe. And he'll do it again, yeah. That's what I'm hoping that doesn't happen. Yeah, you've basically nailed it head on heart, guys. We're too quick to jump at certain people's throats, but as bad as the board are, as bad as it all is, it's a cohesive thing, because if the players don't play for the manager, then the manager's not going to pick the right players, and if the manager doesn't pick the right players, then the board's not going to justify wanting to give them 20-30 million in a January transfer window to spend. So what the board will probably be doing right now is seeing how the next 5 kind of months go, at least until, maybe not 5 months, sorry, but until about January, and then go for there. But when January hits, we'll make definitely a couple of signings, because Rodgers has already made it clear that he wanted more in, and that's less than a couple of weeks after the summer window closed. Yeah, like for me, I knew Postecoglou left after he won the Scottish Cup, in the way he was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about my future until I've enjoyed it. Let me enjoy my moment. Like, no manager says that unless they're thinking ahead. So I knew he was gone. I just didn't think it would be to Tottenham, and he's doing well at Tottenham, so all the power to him. Yeah, he left us in the lurch, exactly. Anyone that walks away when it gets tough isn't a man. Simple as that. So, yeah, look, Rodgers might be the man to take us forward, but is he the man that I wanted? Absolutely not. But will I support him like any other player or any other person at Celtic Football Club? Abso-fucking-lutely. Taylor's got a little blood coming out of his mouth by the looks of it. I think he took a little bit of a hard knock, but it wasn't a card offence or anything. all our managers, yeah. All of them have gone on to do some relatively decent stuff. I mean, even Neil Lennon, when he got fucked out, went over to Ammonia and managed to get them some good results. I mean, they only lost 2-1 against Man United in the Europa League last year, so that shows you, like, all the managers that we have got potential to do incredible things, but you need to give them the right tools to do it. You know, you can't hand a farmer a shovel and ask him to, you know, plough the fields, because it's just not the right thing for the job. But Pox has already stayed down here. I'm not sure if it's serious or not because I can't see his face. I don't know if he got headed or something. Oh, I think Oberlai comes up like his teammate, and without realising it, just kind of catches him in the side of the head. Yeah, that's exactly it, Reginald. It's not as if Postecoglou came in and said, I'm here for life. He was like, look, I wasn't even your first choice. And that's the thing, he wasn't our first choice. That's why I couldn't be mad. Because if you're a manager and you get picked third out of the, you know, because initially it was Eddie Howe, then we're looking at fucking, who was it? I've already forgotten the other one, and then it was Postecoglou. So if I was him, I'd be like, well, they didn't even want me as a first option, so why the fuck should I stay? In my opinion, I think, you know, like, yeah, both of them had a right to go to the Premier League, but they both left in different circumstances. At least Postecoglou left on good terms, with our team playing good, solid football. They both got rid of him for the compensation, aye. So we'll have to go with it. He's still down. They're probably going to try and burn as much added time out of this as possible, to be honest with you. I think we're going to end up playing about 7-8 minutes. As much as I would love to see Postecoglou win it, first of all, he's managing Spurs. In fact, that's the only point I need to make. He manages Spurs. Regardless of the manager, it's in their DNA to fuck it up somehow. That's probably why they stopped that's probably why they stopped us getting into the ground in the first place. Ange just had a way of getting under people's skin because he didn't give a fuck about what the media thought. You know, like how do you feel that you drew a game, Lamal? And Postecoglou just like, yeah, I lost. That's your point. And move on with his life. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, they're saying 4 additional minutes, but as you can imagine, it's going to be a bit longer than 4 additional minutes. So probably be another 3 or 4 on top of that, based on that injury to Pox. Scales. Read forward. Dealt with. Just about and cleared away. Yep, we're good. On average, just a pretty good number of viewers all the way through this, and for a Saturday 12:30 kick-off, pretty damn good, so thank you very much, boys. Appreciate it. Quite literally couldn't give a fuck about the cold guy. Yeah. Aye, Rangers' mistake was getting rid of Van Bronckhorst. I'll tell you that for free. There's a good ball out towards the left-hand side. Maybe Livingston do have a chance. I'll keep my mouth shut. The clean sheet might not be fully set yet. Played out towards the right-hand side. Hit across. It's still awkward. There is a chance for Livingston, and it's just about blocked. Brilliantly so, might I add. By I think fucking Matt O'Reilly again. Right, see what I was saying about the statue and stuff? Take that back, man. Give the boy a knighthood. Like a Danish knighthood or whatever fucking country it plays for now. That's played out wide. The Lucas gets an upward ball towards the back, and I like that for Johnston. Doesn't take the risk and just pops it in behind. The sun has decided that it wants to say hello to me. I appreciate that, James. That's very kind of you, man. I hope you've had a good stream. Sorry it's been a little bit rambly today, but it's been one of those games. It very much has been. Ain't too much time now. We're in basically the 95th. Here's a chance for Livy. Over the top of the ball. Scott Bain kind of hangs off it like a depressed Spider-Man. Ain't too much time, surely, anymore. Could be a last second break. Rodgers doesn't look too pleased with that. Yeah, basically more or less into the 95th now. Played forward. It's definitely been a very clean performance in a lot of regards, you know what I mean? I think a few players have been pretty good today. Let's chat bottom off. If we had bottom scored. Oh, that could be good. It's a really good punt forward by Scales. My Ada's on the roof. Oh, my sexy wee man, do it. Do it now. Oh, I sold him a dream. No fucking way, man! I was not just talking shit about your finishing ability for you to do that, you fucking white Malteser, but let's go, you beautiful boy! Oh, that might be one of the goals of the season, man. How do we play better with 10 men? Maybe Rodgers was onto something. Maybe Lagerbielke got red carded intentionally, but that home red card was what screwed it against Fire. But that is a fucking goal. He absolutely sells his man a dream, pulls it back onto his left and just kind of finesses it over the goalkeeper's hands. It's not a top corner finish, but it's certainly top of the net. And top quality of that. Beautimous. My prediction was correct. Let's go. I'm now going to blow the whistle for full time. Guess what time it is? We've won a game. So that means I have to do it. Matt O'Reilly, player of the match. Fucking look like a Thurman. We've played not great, but the midfields deserve a hell of a lot of credit. But I now need to scream yas at the top of my lungs. This is a tradition on this channel for those that are new here. So get ready for it. But hi, how are you? What's good? By the way, the one that this isn't squinted. By the way, my camera's just tilted. But yes! Get out, you yellow bastards! I'm happy. I'm happy. Sorry, any Livingston fans and chats, but you are indeed yellow bastards. So, haha. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. No problem at all, Scott. If you're here just for the full-time score, have a look. 3-0. Very weird performance. But we did enough to justify it. Livingston had chances, but the XG was awful. You could probably imagine that. I was very comfortable throughout most of the game, but Maeda puts it to bed. That will absolutely do. You were very much right there, Lizzie. But we gained a couple of subscribers. If we gain 4 more in the next 10-15 minutes, we've hit the sub goal. But if not, then that's totally fine. We've made a very good push. You enjoy the rest of your night, FTB, man. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Take care of yourself, man. 3 points in the bag, exactly that. We did what was necessary. Everything was clean, calm, composed, concise. No real problems or fuss. I mean, if we didn't have 10 men, we probably would have won this game by more. Probably by 4 or 5, but hey, I mean, my prediction was right, so I ain't too fussed in the slightest. I'm quite happy with that, but obviously there are other games on later on today. I won't be streaming them. I'm not planning to stay live for that long or anything, but obviously there's a few games to be played later on, and then next week 2 very hard games in their own right, although Aberdeen will probably need to win against County to make that game next week interesting at Ibrox, but all things considered, I'm quite happy with that. Way more passes, good pass accuracy. I mean, we only had 2 yellow cards, but they added up and then a red. Obviously, no major complaints about it. Got the wage bill. That's probably what it is. See, when we made them sign new contracts, it's like, yeah, you get red carded, your wages you're cut in half for the week, and that's what we're doing now. Yeah, guys, technically you're on a prediction streak with me, but I'm 4th. Yeah, with Celtic games I'm 4 in a row. I was going to say overall I'm not, because I've got the England prediction wrong. I know, before you know it, man, they'll be trying to pay them in like fucking like shareholding and like the Celtic FE, like FC shop and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, there's our table for now. Obviously, games are still to be played. We've kind of made an advantage of that, but Livingston are technically out of the top half for now, at least until until next week, where they have a chance to redeem themselves. But obviously, Motherwell, they play later on, which is going to be a very interesting game. Like I said, there's definitely a lot to look forward to. I think that game is going to be very... I mean, Rangers will play good football, but I think Motherwell might cause a surprise or two, at least I hope so. Anyway. I love that, Kaiser. I appreciate it, Chateau, man. You enjoy yourself. I hope you have a lovely week, and we'll see you next time round. Well, you know, I mean, our next game, actually, I should pull that up for those that are starting to filter out. But if you want to come back for next week's fixture, you can, because we'll be playing Motherwell next week. That's the next game. Take a note of it if you're about to head out of stream, but I'm going to be switching screens in the next minute or two. Once I'm back for the toilet, I'll wrap up the post-match analysis, and then we'll kind of end stream. But give me a second or so. Rodgers better stay for 10 in a row this time, I swear to God. I'll punch him in the dick, mate. No. Right, I'm back. That's good. I appreciate that. Stay blessed, I appreciate that, guys. Right, let's switch screens, getting some post-match analysis then, shall we? That's the wrong screen, that's my face, and zoom in. Hi, hello. Hope you're doing well. This is the correct one, yes, we got it. How you doing? Keep on, appreciate that. Hey, hello you too, Lizzie, hope you enjoy yourself. Nah, pressure's on you now, guys, that's the big thing about it. Let's run it down. Man of the match, Matt O'Reilly, undoubtedly deserves it. He was fantastic for a good amount of the game. I think when you look at it as a whole, we could have done a lot worse, considering the fact that we were down to 10 men for the better part of 2/3 of the game. I mean, Park got corded around like the 30th minute, roughly. My God, that sun has came out in full effect. That's why. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell I'm white. Peruvian marching? Oh damn. Oh damn. That's fucking... See how it's going, go break. Beautiful stuff, mate. It's nice to hear for you too, Michael, man. Hope you have a good rest of your week. But, yeah, Livingston, they weren't great. They could have done a lot of things a little bit better today. I think attacking-wise, I thought they would have played a bit more attacking to begin with, especially with the fact that they came out with that flat 4 at the back. I'm not too disappointed by the fact that we didn't win by it more, because again, down to 10 men, we weren't playing at our best, far from it, but we took our chances, and I think Maeda's goal at the end is a good summary. It's shocking I'm not wearing my Celtic top. That's because it's in the washing. Well, not in the washing, it's drying. This was the only football top that I had that was dry for today, so... That play, I'd get moonburn. Genuinely, man, Snow White ain't got fuck all on me. I'm one of those cunts that are like transparent, you know what I mean? Who got Celtic second? Oh, are you talking about the goals? The first goal was a simple Hatate penalty kick, nothing real, no complaints there, simple and pure. The second one was a spilled Maeda shot that was finished off by a really good finish, in fairness, by Matt O'Reilly on his right foot. Technically, there's 2 goalkeepers with clean sheets today. We went for having goalkeepers who don't keep clean sheets at all to having 2 that kept them. That's a pretty good point. But the third goal was Maeda's, and Maeda's was the goal of the game, undoubtedly. So it was a really clean finish, start to finish. We were the better team. It's kind of hard to say that Livingston deserved anything more out of the game than maybe a goal. Maybe they deserved a goal. That noble chance was about the extent of it, but it's not to say that we didn't have half chances either. O had 1 or 2 really good opportunities when he came on to kind of put it on. You have your Rangers tops ready for the day and the Scotland top ready for tomorrow. Or if, oh yeah, the World Cup. I mean, I know I seen that we lost to South Africa. That was quite bad. O'Reilly was brilliant, yeah. O'Reilly genuinely was a top player of the day. I think he was my man of the match. Maeda, very close second, and I'd maybe say either Scales or Taylor for third, because that left-hand side of the pitch today was very well defended for how abusive they were trying to make a point of it. You know, they were trying to get down that side more often than not. The only reason I bought this one was because it looked cool. I bought it when I was out in I don't even remember if I got this when I was in Spain or not, or if I got it when I came back from Spain, but one of the two. I've only played one game, yeah, the game against South Africa, right. I've seen the Fiji against Australia game, because I was down, well, not down at my, I was like visiting someone, it was on their TV, I was like, oh, okay, cool, fair enough. It honestly felt like that a little bit, Skull. Like, it's hard to explain, but do you know how that way where you're like, why do we play better with 10 men than with 11? That was basically the primary example of that, man. We were pretty good for a lot of the game, did a lot of it right. Hart gets red carded, makes the end of the first half a bit awkward, and then we just simply counter-adjusted at half time. It was kind of what I said. It's like Livingston weren't going to win the game. I wasn't, fussed or worried, but it was just kind of like can we come out and just do a job in the second half, and we ended up doing a much better job in the second half than even I thought. You know what I mean? I think we played great across the second half, was better than the first, which is kind of weird. The Dugs, we love to see it. Yeah, definitely one of those ones where if we played different on a different day, then fair enough, it's whatever. But we got the job done, 3 points, I can't argue with it, like I said, and obviously next week we've got these, this game, this is the next one. I actually get a break for a week now, because I've been streaming all over the last couple of weeks. I think I've done like 8-9 games in the last month, which is like one every 3-4 days on average, so I get an actual 7-day break, but I have like a hospital trip on the 28th that I've got to go and deal with, which is always fun. No, I mean, don't get me wrong, it would be very very good as like a celebrity martial arts tournament type of thing, like if they ever do like celebrity boxing or whatever, maybe get them on for that, it'd be pretty fucking useful. You generally don't think of me. I wish I could pull up the video so you can see why it's a red card, because I can see why people are saying it's not. It's 100% justifiable in a lot of aspects, especially 10-15 years ago. It would be a yellow card and the player would have been told to stand up and just play on, but based on the rules of the game nowadays, yeah, it's a foul. I love the mix. Like, you've got half of people be like, the best of luck to you guys. I hope you have a good game, and then the rest of them are like, aye, no wonder you're called Sefco. Hope you. Gotta love Scottish football, man. Beautiful. But there are a couple of interesting games on for the rest of the day. I mean, the obvious shouts Rangers and Motherwell for obvious reasons, but I'd say the other one that people might sleep on is this game, St Mirren and Hearts, because they both play with very similar setups. Nivenhoff, what a name. Well, they've got Shanklin and all that as well, so there's definitely, that game's going to be interesting. I'd say Hearts wins, maybe. I'd say it would probably fall onto Hearts. I mean, they would ideally want to keep the pace, especially if Rangers beat Motherwell. They'll want to kind of be right behind Motherwell to capitalise, especially if the goal difference kind of swings their way, because they're pretty much equal on it, you know what I mean? It's only 3 points separating the two of them after all, so Rangers will want to win, ideally, against Motherwell, because they'll need to keep pace. So if they get a point today, they're already 2 wins behind us, and it's not even match day 7. That's because Pacific Shelf sounds cool as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, Sevco sounds like, you know, some shitty ammunition brand, you know what I mean? But Pacific Shelf sounds like we've got the entire Pacific on our shoulders, you know what I mean? Like fucking Atlas. You could rehash that argument all you want, but the point is, we're a whole different brand and identity nowadays. Or pop math in that kind of sense and aspect. We've got about 5 or 10 minutes before we need to kill it. Yeah, we didn't have to be rebranded. Yeah, I mean, I can agree with it to an extent. I'll never call Rangers Southcoal because it's whatever, you know what I mean? But I'll call them Huns. Simple pure, you know what I mean? But nah, that's whatever, you know what I mean? I'm not too fussed by that. I hope you have a good game, but I don't hope you win for obvious reasons, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, fair enough. If you do win comfortably, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, have they announced their lineups for? Oh, I mean that's tomorrow at 3, I should say actually. A couple of interesting games on. Those 2 tomorrow will be interesting, but the big one for me is that game now. St Mirren, obviously, they'll want to do this one, but for the rest of the weekend, the game to watch is definitely Rangers and Motherwell, especially for the overall wrap up of what could potentially happen, you know, points wise. Because if Motherwell win, they're only 3 points off of us, but they basically condemn Rangers to a 7-point deficit 7 match days in. That means that they're averaging 2 points a game rather than the 3 that they need. Because we've done alright, you know, we've not lost. That's the big kicker for us. Oh. Oh. Damn. Got Sherlock Holmes and I mean that's name calling's name calling, you know what I mean? Just don't be dicks about it. It's really that simple. Man, this sun really does not like me at all. Right, well, we're going back onto this screen so I can do all the good old fashioned wrap up stuff because we will be ending stream relatively soon. Been live for about 2.5 hours. But if you've got any actual questions about the game before we wrap up the stream, you're more than welcome to throw them in. I'm just going to get myself a few little sips of juice because I need to hydrate. If you can't tell, I am not feeling too great. I need to give my bloods a check after this game. Nah, you're allowed to have a joke. That's the thing. It's only if it comes to like actual name calling, like if you're like Gaz, you're a dick, like that kind of thing. That's where I'll be like line drawn. Because we had a couple of people like that in our Discord not long back, and my word, that was a whole thing. That was a whole thing. You never know, guys. It's all about perspective, you know what I mean. I think you'll get a result at the very least against Motherwell, but it's a toss up if it's going to be like a 2-2 draw kind of thing. Yeah, that is point. I mean, I've had it at a point in the time where, let's see, when I first started this, like, some of my streams early on did very well, like the Hibernian ones and stuff like that, but the amount of people that would come into chat and be like, oh, holy fucking Christ, am I getting bombed? Am I getting Nagasaki? Am I? Jesus Christ. No, but like, that's made me totally lose my train of thought. I've had people come into my chat and like, oh, you're a Celtic fan, you're a, you know, P word, let's say, because I can't say it on YouTube without a high chance of this stream just getting. But yeah, P file, if you will, PDF file. Aye, that's the term that people online use. PDF file. That's yeah, Sevco is relatively kind of tame. It's just the company that owns the club, you know what I mean? It's literally just that, you know what I mean? But again, people take offence for different reasons. It's a bad thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty tame in comparison, I will admit. But at the same time, different things piss people off, you know. It's a weird one, but again, any questions about the game? You know, the actual, the game that happened today, please. Because if not, then I'm ending the stream in like a minute or two, and we'll be seeing you next week. That's the wrong screen. I need to fucking remember what map I've got these on. They're all on different buttons, because I had to basically re-download Streamlabs and do a bunch of different shit. But hey, it's not crashing, and I can switch between stuff, and it isn't laggy, so that's good. But that's not the case. If there's no more questions, and I'll be pulling up Spotify. There we go. And where is Old Reliable? There is Old Reliable. Found ya. Yeah, that's the thing. It's sport at the end of the day. If you're going to take sport to heart as seriously as some people do, then yeah, it's fair enough. You know what I mean? Most people in Scotland understand that when you have a laugh with someone, it's usually in an aggressive way. Like, I mean, I'll say to my brother, shut it, you hun bastard, and he'll call me a Tim cunt and all that stuff. It's just part of the parcel, I suppose. But by all things considered, it could have been way worse. I mean, wait until the next Old Firm. I imagine this chat will pop up. Nah, you definitely don't cause a single shade of crap at all, guys. You're one of the good few. I'll say it time and time again. You know, if anyone calls you out personally, I'll make sure to tell them to shut the hell up. But I mean, you talk shit about a club all you want. It's just one of those ones. As long as you're doing it within your means, it's more than respectable. But don't push it any further than it's unneededly necessary. You know what I mean? But all things considered, we did a good job today, I think, on all the thing. It's not the fact it's the fact that all the sectarianism shit you hate. No one likes it, mate. Nobody does. But I mean, it's one of those things. You know what I mean? You'll see when the next. You've seen it in chat yourself, man. Whenever Old Firm's happening, I'll have Rangers fans come in and hit me with anything ability post. You just got to have slightly thicker skin. You'll be good. But yeah, that's all that we have to do today. Let's get some music up and running, because that's us for now. But I'll be back next week. I'll be back on the 31st on the for the game against Motherwell, I should say. We'll be back at the same time, 5:15 next week, so make sure that you're there for that if you want to. Good, simple 3-0 win for us today. I think we've done exactly what was necessary. I'm quite happy with it, all things considered. We've done ourselves a good, solid job, and I think we'll do ourselves probably the same type of justice next week. Hopefully we get a result, but if not, then, doesn't matter. Win, lose or draw, I'll be here for it regardless. I'll catch yous next week though. Enjoy the stream, boys. Enjoy the VOD. Catch yous next week.